is going on, everybody? Skyline Akins here, Southwest Missouri Sports, here in the gem city of the Ozarks, Diamond, as we are bringing Friday Night Lights to you here on a Thursday. Yeah, we got Thursday night football for the second week in a row as the Miller Cardinals are going on the road this week, taking on the Diamond Wildcats, who are coming off of a win last week in Kansas, 52-0 against Cherokee Southeast. Looking to keep on building off of one big win, looking to build on another against the Miller Cardinals team, who's still searching for their first win of the season. We were able to catch up with both of the coaches before this one, so let's go. Before you hear what we have to say about it, let's go to the coaches, see what they had to say. What is going on, everybody? Skyline Akins here with Southwest Missouri Sports. Meeting up with a couple of the coaches of tonight's game ahead of this week 4 matchup here. With me now is the coach of the Diamond Wildcats, Mason Cook. First off, just thank you for taking a little bit of time and joining me.
No problem. Thank you for having me do this. Any chance I get to speak with people, I'm always going to jump for it. So I appreciate you reaching out.
So, well, Coach, up to this point, you're 1-2 early on this year, which included a tight loss. I think gave Ash Grove, which was a ranked team, all that they wanted. Just kind of talk about the squad up to this point and some of the things that you've learned about them.
Just from even the summer, we have a lot of kids that are very hungry to get better, and I think that's been kind of our motto: is it doesn't matter, get better. And that's on a daily basis. And it doesn't matter if it's on the field or off the field, whether you're in the classroom, whether you are in the weight room, find ways to get better every single day. And I really believe that our guys have bought into that. The first 2 weeks, it was challenging. We played 2 really good football teams. Just kind of on the first, week 1 came out on the short end of it a little bit. But again, playing a really good team, it's something that I think our guys learn from. And then especially after Pierce City, it's just another example of preparing well, getting better every single day, and just continuing to put in that work. And I think our guys have really bought into that.
Yeah, last week you had a bit of a odd week. Went out of state to Cherokee, take on the Southeast Lancers. Just kind of talk a little bit about that game and just kind of what you took out of it and what you learned about the squad.
Yeah, I think our guys are resilient. They're very adaptable to the things that we're teaching. We changed some stuff up as far as some of our blocking schemes, some of our plays, some different personnel. And that whole week, we just asked the kids to be adaptable. No matter what position you're playing, no matter who you're playing, because there's going to be times where we have to change things and do things on the fly. And last week, I think our guys really bought into that, and they really put their best foot forward. Obviously, job's not finished. We got a long way to go. Even after watching the film, there was a lot of good, but there's still a lot of things to get better at. And I think our guys are hungry to get better every single week.
Yeah, and now let's just add on something else that's a little bit out of the normal. It's not every week you get to play on a Thursday night. I was making the joke last week. At the broadcast I was doing on Thursday I kept calling that the Thursday night football game. Who cares about the Dolphins, and I think it was the Bills. It's just gonna be another short week. Kids are used. You play on Friday night, don't got to worry about getting up for school the next morning. Just what are some of the challenges of playing on a Thursday?
Well, first off, it's just your shortened time frame. You get so used to having those Tuesday practices, Wednesday practices, Monday meetings and walkthroughs, and then Thursday walkthrough / practice type stuff. And whenever you have a Thursday game, it just kind of, it shortens everything up a little bit. So you got to really dive into your, materials, whether you're preparing, you got to be laser focused at practice, and the intensity has to pick up just because it is a shortened week. You have to get better at the things that we're teaching, and you don't have as much time as you usually do. So those are probably the biggest challenges, just because it is a shortened time frame, and you do have to be focused in all the time.
Yeah, and well, Coach, your squad coming in, it's probably one of the younger teams, in the area. With 10 of your 22 starters being just sophomores and 16 to 22 being sophomores and juniors. Just, what has this learning curve been like early on?
Well, any high school football player, especially one that guys that have to come in and play significant time, especially when they're young. You're right. There is a learning curve to it. Game speed's so much faster.
Yeah.
The focus and the attention to detail is so much higher. And so, right now we most of, like you said it right there, I think most around 20 guys haven't necessarily had significant varsity experience. So, that there's that learning curve to it. But again, that comes down to your preparation. That comes down to your practicing. And there's no substitute for experience. Really,
Yeah.
really, what it comes down to is the more these guys play, I think the more they'll pick up on it.
Yeah, that's also got to be a kind of a bright spot moving forward, here for the next couple of years as well. The thing about young teams is they do eventually grow up. But
yep, that's the overall goal.
So this week, you get to host Miller. Just what have you seen, from them on tape up to this point?
Very big, very physical, especially on the defensive side of the ball. They fly to the football. They're a team that I know that they're 0-3, but they're a very, very good football team for being 0-3 and a very well coached team as well. So when we turn on the tape, that was the first thing I talked about with my assistants was, wow, these guys, they fly to the football. They're physical, they're big, they're strong, which presents a lot of challenges, especially for a young team like ours is. And then you look at their offense, they're very explosive. They got really good receivers. They've got a really good offensive line, a quarterback that can chuck it all over the yard. So, there's just those constant challenges that you kind of face on a weekly basis. But then you look at the athletes that they have, and it's a very tough situation to prepare for sure.
Yeah, and, the thing that I credit Miller's offense with is the ability to be balanced, especially last week after their running back Caden Callum was able to start getting a little bit of momentum going. Found the end zone for the first time this year. But I mean, just how difficult is it? Whenever you mentioned the receivers being explosive, just how difficult is it whenever you're able to be that balanced on offense?
Well, it keeps you guessing. You're not quite sure. I mean, every offense in the country has tendencies, but where these guys are really, really good at some of those ad lib plays. I mean, a lot of their touchdowns come on, explosive plays out of the pocket, a quarterback scrambling around doing something, and just guys being football players. And that makes it very dangerous to when, you get everything schemed up, you get everybody in the right spot, and then a guy goes and makes a huge play. So just preparing for those types of scenarios where not everything's going to be perfect. We just got to be able to make football plays at the end of the day. It's a tough challenge. And when you have such an explosive offense that's very balanced, that's tough to necessarily navigate exactly where they're going to be and thinking about, are they running it, passing it, just all those different things do make it more challenging for a staff, even for our defense as a whole.
I'm gonna leave you with one last question. It's every coach's goal to go 1-0 every single week. Basically, what's it gonna take for take from out of you guys to go 1-0 this week?
I would say the two biggest things for us is we need to be technically sound. Our footwork, especially up front, our footwork and our hand placements, all the techniques that we practice every single day, we got to find a way to get those things done against a really good offense and defense from Miller. And then the second thing I would say is physicality. I mean, like I said before, Miller's big, strong, physical, fast. So for us, if we're going to be able to move the ball and then eventually, and then stop them on defense, it's going to take us being very physical, and it's going to take us being very technically sound as well.
Well, Coach Cook, I appreciate you taking a little bit of time to join us here ahead of this Week 4 matchup on a Thursday night, Thursday night football, the real Thursday night football. But we are about 10 minutes away from kickoff, and so we're going to kick it on down to Coach Hill and see what they have to say about the Miller Cardinals before we get this one going. What's going on, everybody? Skyline Akins with Southwest Missouri Sports here right before team dinner.
Yeah.
So it looks like I got here at the right time. Joining me now is the head coach of the Miller Cardinals, Coach Derek Hill. First off, just thank you for taking a few minutes.
You bet.
So after last week, fell to Burlington on kind of what was just kind of a weird game. Just kind of talk about just real quick what you saw from the guys.
Yeah, it was a weird is a good example. That team was nobody knew anything about except internally, and it's on a Thursday. It's at 6 o'clock. It's like it's a JV junior high type of game atmosphere. I mean, not atmosphere, but time and all that. But Burlington was a really good team. They had a lot of speed. They had they had some athletes. The thing that probably we did not like to see is how it started out. When you get jump out, you get down 13-0 on a couple plays that exploits their athleticism. I mean, kid runs a 10-9 100. Yeah, you could sure seen that on for that play. But it's we kind of dug ourselves in a hole that that was tough to see. But we bounced back. Ryan played really good. And we did some good things out of it. And that's the whole reason you go and play. You picked up that game,
right,
is to get ourselves prepared for the rest of the conference schedule. And so, outside, the 33-20 is not what you want, but the things we saw are the things we want to move forward.
You kind of hit on it a little bit. Fell down 13-0. Seemingly a blink of an eye.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys were able to bounce back, scored a couple touchdowns, and had an opportunity to go up into halftime. I mean, what does that say about the resilience of the guys?
They did something they haven't done, and that's bounce back. When things usually don't go our way, we find a way to stay in that mode. And we've seen a fire that we hadn't seen, and I would say even sometimes last year, but they fought their way back into it, and we still shot ourselves in the foot, but it was the internal fire that to be successful that we saw. That's the part that's intriguing. That's the things that you want to see out of us. We'll correct the correctable, but it's those things that the internal fire to push through adversity and getting down is the things that we are real proud of.
Caden Calvin kind of got things going there. Had his best game of the season, 86 yards and a touchdown. Just how crucial is it for him to really be able to find a groove early on and get a little bit of momentum so he can stay balanced?
Yeah. Cade's very good athlete. He sees the field well, and I think maybe at times he tries to think too much. And instead of just using the God-given ability and just quickness and cut and strength, and it's really, really good because that when we can get him going and our running game going through our backs, it opens up a lot of other things. And we changed a few package stuff to try to exploit some of that, to just ignite that. And I was really, really pleased with that, along with the line to help open up those holes for him.
So we're playing a day early again, Thursday. Once again, how does the experience of playing on that Thursday last week, kind of help prepare you for this week?
It does help us because you start your week on Sunday, and we don't like to do that on Sunday, but we start our week on Sunday, and then you go into your normal Monday is your first full go, and so. If you're not used to it, it's a little bit that part to overcome, but we are, and we had a really good practice, good week, and so I think the kids are hungry to get that success on the field.
So moving to tomorrow, you're starting off something I'm sure extremely special for you, honoring the state championship team from '94. Just kind of talk about the honor that it is for you for that team to get recognized, and how important it is for these guys to see that team get honored.
Yeah, no, it's the momentum we need success momentum to take us into that night, because that night is not just about the 36 guys that are playing now. It's the 30 some that played before them, right, and that achieved something that nobody else in Miller history football has ever done. And so it's a ridiculous accomplishment when you sit back and you think about all the years of good teams we've had, and then that one one group actually achieved it. And when you look, and I can vividly remember all the things, the beginnings to the ends of a lot of, I remember this stuff more than I do yesterday's things at home. But, it's those things how things lined out and the opportunities that that group of guys took advantage of. And I think that's where we try to stress to today's players, you're getting those opportunities. You just got to take them instead of trying to find a way to not take that on. And but it's, I've talked to former coaches, I've talked to former players, and they're excited. They love this. They look forward to this every 5 years. One guy missed it last year of the 25, and it's upset him because he big part of that, and he wanted to see the guys and experience that again. And he's gonna be here. So it's gonna be a really cool experience for all of them, the community, if there's community sport. Guys that were in Coach LaSalle's class, they're all excited to come back and feel that, because when you win in sports, it's not just you. I mean, it's the Joe Blow down the street that came and watched, that they feel a part of it. And when they were honoring this, they feel like they're a part of that as well. And so it's really cool deal. I'm really excited for next week.
Yeah, definitely a cool thing for the community. But I guess that's the following
Next week.
Yeah,
I know. Good. I get you.
Just getting in there early. I was looking forward to another home game.
Yeah.
But no. So the going to Diamond. As you guys welcomed in a team from Kansas, they traveled out to Kansas. Got a big win against Southeast Cherokee. Just kind of talk about what you've seen out of the Wildcats so far, and so far on tape.
They have some young kids, young athletes. Their quarterback's a sophomore and their tailback's a sophomore. They have some young skilled kids. They look good. I mean, they got good size up front. And I think they're a program that just needed to find some success early to get going. And they found that in a big way, Southeast. And to the kids, they're a little bit angry, and not in a bad way. They're angry that they haven't grasped that yet, one way or the other, and that's their goal, is to try to get that feeling and take that from them that they've gotten before we did. But they are a good football team.
Yeah, and you kind of hit on it. They are a very young team. 16 of their 22 starters are sophomores or juniors. Just kind of what are you doing to plan on take advantage of that?
What's if you take a look at the 3 games we've played, you have a quarterback that was a good thrower, but he also managed the game well with his legs. You had Stockton. You had a quarterback that he was a runner, and then we had, they obviously had other runners too, but he was a runner as well. And then you go play last week where their quarterback, he was going outside, then he'd come up the gut. So we are as prepared as you can be to try to attack a Diamond quarterback that does the same things.
Yeah.
He's a different skill set, but he's that style of runner, and they want to run. They want to throw it out to the edge and bubbles. They want to lull you to sleep and then hit you with a 10, 15-yard out. But ideally, the quarterback, he wants to run the football, and he's going to do whatever it takes to do that. And they do a lot of formations, unbalanced, 5 wide, and 4. And they're going to do a lot of that stuff to try to exploit a gap. And so I think we've had to prepare the last 3 weeks. You better figure it out on the 4th.
And you kind of hit on a few of the keys, but I'm going to ask you the same question I've been with you for the last 2 weeks. Every week the goal is to be 1-0. What's it going to take?
It's going to take us to take care of the football, not shoot ourselves in the foot, and just play to the potential that we have, that we set out in the day one. But ultimately, there's been something. Not one team has hurt us. We've hurt ourselves. And so as long as we do that, take care of the football, make the tackle, no silly mistakes, we will come out on top.
Well, Coach Hill, thank you for taking a little bit of time out of your dinner to come and chit-chat with us. We're about 5 minutes away from kickoff, so you don't want to go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Diamond, Missouri, where we are just minutes away from kickoff. About 6.5 minutes remaining until we get this Friday Night Lights game on a special edition on a Thursday, ready to rock and rumble. Let's take a look at the starters for each team. Let's start with the offense of Diamond, the left position, Raphael Rangel. Joining him, Thomas Gow and Drake. Then on the offensive line, Hayden Gunnarsson, Charles Jackson, number 79, Hunter Baird, Sep 68, Easton Badley, and 61, Logan Rogers. 68, Easton Badley, and 61, Logan Rogers. When on the opposite side of that offense for the Miller Cardinals, starting on the defensive line, the Twins, Mason and Connor, 2-sack game last week against Burlington. The trio of seniors who's had a pretty good start to the season up to this point. And then the secondary, who's Cook was talking about in our interview, Jared Long, Blake Walters, Jalen Madsen, and Trenton Pierce. Jared Long coming off of, and Blake Walters each had an interception to Burlington. So they are looking to continue. When Miller's got the ball, they're going to be led by a senior core, starting with, I'm going to go ahead and add Jalen Madsen out there. Madsen has been the leading receiver for the Cardinals up to this point this year with 101 yards and 2 touchdowns. On the offensive line, Connor Neely, Jackson Johnson, Eli Woods, Lane Call, and Mason Neely be looking to keep Nate Hill clean, which when they've kept Nate Hill clean so far with Nate being able to run around just a little bit. Bentley, Braden Clement, Logan Rogers, and Braden Nelson. A couple of seniors, a junior, and a sophomore. And that sophomore is going to be in the linebacking core, number 4, Kayla Adams, Charles Jackson, and Brian Jung is going to be your primary linebacking core. And then starting the secondary, Thomas Gow, Maddox Youngblood, Raphael Rangel, and Giancarlo Martinez. Taking a look at what happened around the Southwest Conference last week, Stockton defeated number 9 Ash Grove 18-0 to get their second win of the season. Marionville looked like the number 1 team in the state, 54-6 over Skyline. Burlington defeated Miller 33-20. Pierce City defeated Sarcoxy 21-0. And I'm telling you, this Pierce City team is looking like they're for real. They have looked, they've put some very good stuff here on tape early on, and it'll be interesting to see them here in a couple weeks. Then in Cherokee, Kansas, these Diamond Wildcats defeated Southeast Lancers. I know I said put Knights there. I was wrong. Just the Southeast Lancers, 52-0. But it's the key for the Cardinals here in this one tonight is going to be making these Diamond Wildcats make young mistakes, because out of the 22 starters up to this that's starting today, 10 of them are sophomores. So be able to capitalize on some young guys playing in some crucial situations, starting with quarterback Raphael Rangel. They're going to be looking to get to him early and often. Maddox Youngblood, also sophomore in the backfield. So you can imagine Coach Derek Hill is going to bring the pressure with his experienced and veteran defensive line here early on, and both of them are playing in the secondary as well. So you would expect to see them get after him. So we are getting ready to go. It looks like Diamond won the toss, and Diamond's going to go ahead and take the ball. They say they're going to we'll go ahead and take it first, allow Miller to get it at the start of the second half. So we are getting ready to rock and roll here just a minute from kickoff. And if you're Miller, coming off of a tough loss last week against Burlington, in a game where, in all reality, for 90% of the game, they played well. However, they allowed 2 long touchdowns in the first couple plays of the game to Brody Anderson, the 4.2 100 guy, and he was able to make him pay with a couple long touchdowns on his first 2 touches of the game. Went down 14-0 early on, and and that's got to be a point of emphasis for the Miller Cardinals here today. Start fast. Do not have to climb out of a hole. They've had to climb out of a hole for I think every game this season. So it's gonna be a key for them.
Looks like number 14, Nick Meza, and number 10.
Nick Meza and Zach Roten is gonna be back deep for the Diamond Wildcats.
Picking off for Cardinals, number 3, Jared Lung.
Jared Long tees it up for the Cardinals. And here from the Gym City of the Ozarks, we are off. A short little pooch kick there. Be fair caught there at the 40-yard line by Diamond. And Diamond's going to have decent field position to begin.
First and 10 at 40-yard.
I want to say thank you to our sponsors real quick, the Clever Barn and the Burger Shack. Burger Shack is a proud sponsor of Miller Cardinal football and is the taste of game day. Tyler Snyder and his crew is guaranteed to bring you the best burgers in Miller. They're located right by the high school in the shade of the football stands. Be sure to stop by for your pregame treat. Starting next week, whenever the Cardinals will take on the Ashboro Pirates. Be honoring the 1994 state championship team there, so it should be a great night for some football. And Youngblood's going to get the first carry of the game. He's going to be brought back by a host of Cardinals. Looks like number 54 was in there first. Connor Neely, the sophomore, getting in early.
Loss of 2 yards on the play brings up second down and 12 from 38.
Bring up second down and 12, a loss of 2. And Neely's going to get credit for the for that TFL. However, it was a host of Cardinals there. Miller in the one high. Youngblood and Rangel in the backfield. Rangel's going to pitch it back to Youngblood. Youngblood's going to make a good cut and be up back to the 39-yard line.
Nice Youngblood on the carry once again.
Bring up a 3rd and 11, and this Miller defense looking to get off the field early.
Out by several of the Cardinals out there on the left side.
3rd and 11 from the 39-yard line. You won't be looking for number 22 on that defensive line of the Cardinals. And a pass can be incomplete. A big hit there by Jared Long. It was number 18, Brian Jung, was the intended receiver. But a big hit from Long is going to force a incompletion. And I think it was going to be incomplete anyway. However, the hit definitely did not hurt the situation.
4th down and 11.
4th and 11. That's going to bring up a punt for the Wildcats. Blake Walters back deep for the Cardinals. And a good punt. And it's going to take a diamond bounce and a good punt. Going to get back past the 20-yard line to about the 18-yard line. And I mean, that was a tremendous. I was giving credit to Jared Long for the hit on that incompletion. I mean, it all started up front. The defensive line got a big time push and was almost instantaneously in the backfield. And I mean, it just forced Rangel to have to make a quick decision. And even if that pass was caught, he's still had a long way to go. But that's going to bring up a 1st and 10 for the Miller Cardinals. And the officials are talking something over. Oh, it's gonna be a personal foul called against Miller. I didn't see what happened.
Personal foul penalty on the Cardinals.
You're gonna have to assume that somebody said something that the officials did not like, and that's gonna.
Oh, there it is, way over there. The other sideline, 38 yards.
No.
That's I see when guys can't read. So
that penalty was before the
So-
kick, which means
The penalty is going to be before the kick was made. So just a boneheaded play there by the Cardinals gives the Diamond Wildcats a first down. That's the type of stuff you just cannot have happen, especially when you're a team that's searching for your first win of the season. First and 10 for Diamond. Rangel is looking to the near side, incomplete.
Screen pass intended for
Pass
number 15,
intended for
Martinez.
Giancarlo Martinez.
Incomplete. So it'll be second down to 10.
Giancarlo Martinez, another one of the 10 sophomores. 16 of the 22 starters for Diamond, fresh or sophomores or juniors. Youngblood gets the carry and it's gonna be a quarterback keeper. Rangel is gonna keep it himself for a decent game. Very good place fake there by Rangel.
We're gaining to the 43-yard line.
We gain about 3.
Third down, 7 yards to go.
Be another third down, 3rd and 7.
Cheer these guys on now.
Beautiful night for football here in Diamond. There's a threat of some rain, but it looks like it's being hold off, and a wild throw is going to be incomplete. Pass was intended for Maddox Youngblood out of the backfield, and bring up another 4th and down, and it can be the Miller defense is able to force them into another punting situation, I would assume.
Number 7, Rafael Rangel, back deep to punt once again.
But a good kick, and it's going to take another diamond bounce and into the end zone. And the way that Blake Walters was running after it, I was afraid that he was going to grab it there right at the end, try to make a return, make something out of nothing. However, the ball's going to just roll harmlessly into the end zone, and the Cardinals are going to get the ball out at the 20-yard line. So a pair of defensive stops there for the Cardinals, and and that was big after his bonehead mistake there early on.
24.
As it's going to be Calvin with the carry up the middle, gets a hole, and be brought down at about the 26 for a gain of 6.
Number 24, Caden Calvin with the carry.
Calvin had a fantastic game, best game of the season last week. Found the end zone for the first time, capping off a long drive, and for 86 yards led the Cardinals. 2nd and 4 here for the Cardinals. Nate Hill is and this one's gonna be blown dead. It's gonna be a false start.
Pause here for a moment. False start on the offense.
Penalties are killing the Cardinals here early on.
So 2nd down and about 8 yards to go.
9:27 remaining here in this opening quarter of play. As we are bringing you high school football here Thursday night. Hill in the backfield. Get handed off to Calvin again. And Calvin, another big hole. And be brought down right back at the 25.
Number 24, Caden Calvin. He's tackled out there, I believe it was by number 18, Brian Young.
Brian Young on the tackle for the Wildcats. And Calvin's got 10 yards so far in this drive. Has not gotten the first down.
22 maybe. Owen different. I see that.
And Hill's going to be looking, and he's going to find a man that looks like Long, and Long refuses to go down.
That's caught by number 3, Jared Lund.
And that's going to be just enough for a first down. We'll call it a gain of maybe 4 and an inch.
High inches. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Long caught that ball and just refused to go down. Was afraid he was going to get pushed backwards, but forward progress was called. And then Hill on the keeper going right up the middle, and he emerges out of the pile. Be a gain of about 3 or 4.
Runs it up the middle.
Oh, he's going to get closer to 6.
5 yards. The second down.
We're going to call it 5. That's what the official PA announcer is saying, so we're going to roll with that. Split backfield for the Cardinals. This one's number 22. Owen Dempster's going to try to get to the outside, and it's going to be brought down just short of the line to gain.
He's brought down by number 9, Maddox Youngblood.
Down to about as close to 9 yards. A good strong run there by Owen Dempster for his first carry. And so far, the Miller run game has been very efficient with runs of 6, 4, 5, and 4. Those are the types of numbers that you like to see. Third and short, this one's going to go back to Calvin. Calvin's just going to push his way, going to find his way behind Eli Woods, the center, and just going to push his way forward for
Calvin on the carry.
Enough for a first down.
Down low, it looked like by number 59, Braden Nelson. The run was good for a first down. It'll be
a gain of about 4.
4-yard line.
That's what's hard.
Yeah. Diamond coming out in a 1 high look. And Calvin with the carry and another strong run. Be gain of, it's all about gain of 5.
By number 61, Logan Rogers.
Gain of 4.
About 4 yards on the play, brings up second down and 6 from the 48-yard line.
That puts Calvin at 18 yards early on in this one. As we are approaching the 6-minute mark here in the opening quarter.
Officials timeout. Water break.
And that's going to bring us to our first water break of the game. 6 minutes remaining here in the opening quarter. We are tied at 0-0, and we're going to step aside for just a moment. You're watching high school football here on Southwest Missouri Sports. here we are back in Diamond, where we are just getting finished with our first water break of the game. 0-0 is your score. And Owen Dempster with the carry, going to go to the outside. He's going to make the first guy miss. And a good strong run there by Dempster. Going to give the Cardinals a first down, gain of 6.
I believe he's tackled out there by
The Cardinals are on the move offensively.
Cale Adams.
Be brought down there by Cale Adams.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 45. Let's cheer this defense on.
1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Hill and looks like Dempster in the back. No, that's going to be Calvin going to the outside. He has a seam. Good block there by Neely, but he's going to get called for a hold. They tried to turn, and number 62, I believe that is Mason Neely, got caught up holding him outside the shoulder pad, so this one's going to go backwards. And Neely had him in good position, and whenever the defender turns the run, you just have to let him go. And it wouldn't have made a difference because, Calvin was already, almost beyond where he was. But, that's a sophomore mistake there, and that's going to give Miller their third penalty of this first quarter.
It'll still be first down, but now it's 1st and 9.
1st and 9, something you don't see very often. Be 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Repeat the down, 1st and 9 from the 44-yard line. Hill can give it to Calvin again. Calvin's good. Another good, strong run. He is running with a purpose.
Calvin once again brought down by.
And and we talked during the pregame that Calvin had an extremely good game last week, getting his season high of 86 yards and a touchdown. And he is getting going once again here. Split backfield with Hill, Dempster, and Calvin once again. And a hard snap. He thought nearly got a Diamond Wildcat to jump. And whistles. And it's going to be a delay of game. And
game on the Cardinals will back it up 5 yards.
Make that 4 penalties.
Bring up.
And that's inexcusable. If you're the center there, you see the lineman jump off sides into the neutral zone. You got to go ahead and snap it. It's going to be a penalty, going to be a free play. See what happens there. But it's going to bring up a 2nd and 11 and just mistakes after mistake piling up for the Cardinals. Calvin going to the outside. He's going to try to get up and just gets back to the line. And we are back here. Sorry for difficulty there as we are.
Calvin once again on the carry.
Hope that. All right, well, let's try this. Try this again now. Good news is if you're a Miller fan, you did not miss much as the Cardinals are going to have to punt there.
Takes the punt on the bounce. Returns it back to the 20.
As I was saying before, though, I understand that the live stream is a little glitchy right now. I'm gonna post that just has partially what to do with the location kind of being down in a little bit of a valley here. I'll post the full length game on Facebook and on YouTube after this. It should be is on an offline mode, so it should be clear whenever that comes up. It's going to be number 7, Rafael Rangel on the carry. A horse collar tackle there by Jared Long.
Horse collar tackle, so there's going to be some yards added on after this.
So it looked like it was going to be a gain of about 5 or 6 there by Rangel.
For legacy. We have the network. Oh, that's the password for the legacy.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Gain of about a yard on the play brings up 2nd down and 9.
All right. We are back, and we should be back for good now. As I think we finally got hooked up to some reliable internet here. That's been almost as big of an adventure as this first half of this game has been. 0-0 still your score. And a little screen pass and not be brought down yet. Martinez broke several tackles there, and it's be a gain of
brought down.
Big gain of about 7.
Into a gain to the Cardinal 45-yard line. So we have 2nd down and 3 yards to go. Excuse me, 3rd down and 3 yards.
The 3rd and 3 coming up for the Diamond Wildcats. We are down under 8.5 minutes remaining in this opening half of play. Neither team, the two teams combined for 70 points. And last week, now granted, 52 of them coming from Diamond. But so far, both defenses pitching a shutout. A good strong run there by Youngblood. And that's going to bring up a 1st down for the Wildcats.
The Wildcats from the Cardinal 42-yard line.
And Coach Mason Cook was talking with us about wanting to expose the outside and spread this defense out and make them be athletic. And so far they've done a really good job of that. A gain of about 5 there once again by Rangel.
Brings up 2nd down and 5.
Miller defense looking for another stop here. And flags going all over all sides. It's going to be a false start on, it looks like number 88.
Back up to 5 yards.
Or 86. 68.
Just over 10.
Easton Badley. The block lettering on the Diamond uniforms, 6s and 8s look very similar. Bring up 2nd and 10 from the 37-yard line, or from the 42-yard line. Handoff to Youngblood, and Youngblood is met in the backfield. Big TFL. Owen Dempster was the first one there. Looks like 54. Mason Neely was there as well. Brody Rinker in on it as well.
I'll move it back to the 46-yard line. 3rd and
a loss of 5 there by Youngblood. And it looked like Rangel had a lot of room to run on the outside had he kept the ball. Rangel's going to look up the middle, and he's got a man once again and makes the guy miss. That is Zach Routon, and we have a score. 46-yard touchdown from Rafael Rangel to Zach Routon. And we have a score 6-0. The Diamond Wildcats take a lead here late in the opening quarter or opening half of the game. That's just another case. The offense of Diamond been very run heavy up to this point. Looked to almost lull the defense to sleep, and then Rangel was able to make the guy was able to find his man deep, and a 2-point conversion is good.
6:17 to go here in the second quarter.
And we're gonna step aside as it's 8-0 is your score. We'll step aside while we get ready for the change of possession. We are back in Miller after the long touchdown pass from Rafael Rangel to Zach Routon and Broughton, rather. Apologize for that. And a big return there by 15, Jalen Madsen.
Driven out of bounds.
And the Cardinals are going to have good field position to start.
To the Wildcats 47-yard line. So Cardinals will take over there 1st and 10.
.6:11 remaining here as Miller takes over. Nate Hill looking for a man. He wants it all, and he's going to get none of it. Owen Weiss, the intended receiver. And that was just a matter of, trying to force a pass that which wasn't there. He saw the opposing quarterback able to make a long play. He wanted to do the same thing to Owen and was not able to make it happen. That was just the second pass attempt by Hill. This one's going to be a keeper by Hill. He's going to go up the middle and be tackled for a gain of about 4.
Hill keeps it. He's tackled by
and that's going to bring us to the 6-minute mark. And for the first 4 weeks, that means a water break. We're going to step aside here. 8-0 your score as we are just 5 minutes and 57 seconds from, away from halftime. But the long pass to Routon has the Wildcats in the lead. We'll step aside. You're watching Thursday night football here with Southwest Missouri Sports. We are back here in Miller, and pass is going to be complete to Owen Weiss.
The first down for Cardinals. Tackle made out there by number 80, Thomas Gallo.
How long was that? How long was that one?
1st and 10 from the 30.
Gain of 16 yards there. And nice little behind the back handoff there from
Calvin once again.
to Calvin, but it's going to be stopped
Getting him
short.
down low and flipping him up and over. And number 14.
And actually, it's going to
Nick
be dropped
Meza.
behind the line, brought down by Nick
Down.
Meza.
And 11 yards to go after a loss of 1 on the play.
Zach Broughton, a long touchdown pass coming back after a hip fracture and appendicitis, missing most of last year. What a moment there for the senior. Nate Hill's looking for the end zone and another ill-advised throw. He's looking for Weiss once again and nearly picked off there by Nick Meza. Or 15, Giancarlo Martinez.
Knocks it away. Almost comes down with the interception. Nice play.
Ball tipped several times in the end zone. And right now, I think Nate Hill is just trying to force it way too much downfield. And there's a flag thrown. No signal yet.
You have a flag down on the play.
And it's going to be a hold against the Miller Cardinals.
3rd down 11.
Penalty is going to be declined, however, and another penalty call against the Cardinals. Just playing very sloppy right now. And
Defense on. They're doing a good job out there.
Coach Hill is going to have to really rip into him here at the break. Nate Hill is going to look deep. He's going to the end zone again. And this one incomplete. Looks like it hit Walters in the back shoulder, but is going to be incomplete. And Nate Hill's showing off his arm strength, that's for sure.
Receiver had
Being 3rd and 11, I'm not sure.
Just a bit long, and number 9, Maddox Youngblood, caught up and kept him from making the catch on that one. 4th down and 11 to go.
Youngblood made a tremendous play on the back end of that one. 4:40 remaining. It's 4th and 11. Cardinals are going to have a decision to make. It looks like they are indeed going to go for it here on the 29-yard line, kind of in no man's land. Hill looking for at least 11 here. Looking for the short out route, not there. And Hill's going to scramble around. He can be brought down for a sack.
Braden Clement with a sack.
Braden Clement with a sack there. Nate Hill looking for something. Nothing was, well, it looked like he had Lung there in the middle of the field, but Nate didn't see him or didn't throw it in his direction. And that's going to be a loss of about 2 yards.
Good coverage on the receiver.
But more importantly, a turnover on downs.
Forcing the scramble. Clement caught up.
And that's going to bring back out the Miller defense. Fresh off of giving up a 49-yard touchdown pass on the last possession. And a keeper here by Rangel.
By a bunch of Cardinals as he tries to run back up the middle.
Flock of Cardinals there brings him down there right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Maybe footballing.
Second and 10, approaching 4 minutes remaining here in this opening quarter, or in this opening half. And Diamond looking to slow it down a little bit here. 10 minutes left on the play clock. Rangel hands it off to Youngblood. Youngblood makes it one cut and up the field. Good run. Good strong run there by Maddox Youngblood. Just one cut up the middle and was able to find a hole in the Miller defense and was able to gash him there for 6.
About 6 yards on the play. 3rd down and 4.
Third and 4 from the 37-yard line. The Cardinals need a stop here. as the Wildcats looking for a little bit more insurance here before the halftime break. Rangel back to Youngblood. And Youngblood met in the backfield by Connor Neely.
Maddox Youngblood met immediately by number 62, Mason Neely.
That's going to be Mason Neely.
Loss of about 2 yards on the play, brings up 4th down and 6 from the 35-yard line.
And a big play there by the sophomore is going to force a 4th and 4. And a timeout called by Miller, going to try to give their offense as much time as possible. It'll be a loss of 2 there by Youngblood. But we're going to step aside for the timeout. You are listening to Thursday Night Football here on Southwest Missouri Sports. Welcome back to Gym City Diamond as the Miller Cardinals are about to take over possession here. It's going to be a punt from Diamond with 2 minutes and 37 seconds remaining here in this opening quarter, or in this opening half. And a bit of a shanked punt there. Going to go out at about the 50-yard line. And good opening or good field position for the Cardinals, looking to get on the board for the first time here tonight.
That'll put the Cardinals 1st and 10 from the Wildcats.
They have not been shut out in the opening half yet this year. And actually have scored on their opening possession in 2 of the first 3 games. But still looking for those first points of the game here. And 2.5 minutes, plenty of time for this Miller offense. You're going to have to just trust what's been working, which is this exactly. A big run there by 24, Caden Calvin, going right up the middle. And that's going to be a gain of 12, be enough for a Miller first down.
First and 10 Cardinals from the Wildcat 31-yard line.
Approaching 2 minutes here remaining. Another run there by Calvin. Calvin breaks just tackle after tackle. Another fantastic run there by Calvin. He's up over 50 yards for this opening half as that one gets about 8 yards.
Rafael Rangel and some of his friends that brought him down just shy of the first down, so he's 2nd down and 2 yards to go.
Second and 2 for the Cardinals here on the 31-yard line. Minute and a half left. And a keeper by Hill. That's not going to do it. Be a short gain. And flags are thrown once again.
He's tackled by number 14, Nick Meza.
And what is it going to be this time?
But we do have flags that came in after the play was already over.
Right now you're sitting at the 23-yard line. The official is talking it over. One's talking to the huddle of the Diamond Wildcats. So you would think it might be going against them. However, we will see.
Sportsmanlike conduct on.
So it's like we're going to have offsetting penalties on sportsmanlike conduct. And just another killer is going to be a replay of the down, or it's going to be a result of the play, which is going to be a first down. It's going to be a gain of about 3.
The run will stand.
Bring up a first down there by a 3-yard run by Nate Hill. He's kind of had a rough go at it here in this opening quarter. Hasn't been able to escape the pressure of this young.
Why did they move it?
So I thought it should have been a replay of the down, but it looks like this one's gonna maybe benefit the Cardinals here, and they're gonna get a fresh set of downs here just under a minute and a half left, and a good strong run there by Calvin.
By number 19, Grady Bentley.
Another gain of about 5.
On the play. Brady's up second down to 5. 1 minute and 5 to go. Let's go. Let's cheer that defense on.
2nd and 5, under 1 minute left, and a keeper by Hill. Hill's had room, but got tripped up there by number 34, number 14, Nick Meza.
Once again. The run was just long enough for a first down, so it'll be 1st and goal from just inside.
Be a gain of 10. It's be another first down. 38 seconds remaining. The Cardinals are on the 16-yard line, and Nate Hill is going to go up the middle, get nowhere. And actually, they're not on the 16. They're on about the 3-yard line now.
Cardinals.
Timeout by Miller there with 29 seconds left. The 2nd and goal from the 4, and Cardinals are in business here. Well, recapping the game up to this point, and it's been pretty easy. Punt, end of quarter. Punt, a 49-yard touchdown pass from Rafael Rangel to Zach Roten for a 8-0 run, or 8-0 lead. That's going to be the score as it stands right now. Roten first came back after a fractured hip. He had opened up the last season against Miller before he went out with appendicitis with a 99-yard touchdown run against the Miller Cardinals. But he looked back and healthy, and I'm telling you, he flies.
Right, let's go defense.
2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. Split backfield here with Dempster and Calvin. And this one's going to go to Calvin. Calvin looks like he can get stood up right on the goal line. I think it's going to be a gain of 3, gain of 1. And another timeout called by Miller.
Gaining of about 1 yard.
We're going to step aside for this timeout. We'll be right back here on Southwest Missouri Sports. We are back here. 23 seconds remaining. It's 3rd and goal. You would imagine the Cardinals are going to go for it on 4th down if that play persists. And if you're here, you got 2 plays here. I'd be looking for a quick pass into the end zone here and that's going to be what it is. And a little out route and a overshot Jared Long. He had Long on a quick out route and just overthrew him once again.
Brings up 4th and goal with 19.6.
Bring up 4th and goal from the 3-yard line, and now you just gotta have your best 2-point conversion play here to get pick up those last 3 yards. You do not want to go into the halftime break scoreless when you had first and goal from or second and goal from the 3-yard line and not be able to do anything with it. Single back look, and Hill's going to roll out to the right, and he is met by a ton of pressure. He's still scrambling, and he's just going to heave it up to the end zone, and that's going to be intercepted or be incomplete, and a nightmarish end of the first quarter, and a flag is thrown in the end zone. We'll have to see what this is. It's going to be pass interference on the Wildcats. And a crucial penalty there for Miller. Miller's going to get another opportunity with 9 seconds left here.
6 seconds to go.
Replay it now.
That's an automatic first down, isn't it?
In college and NFL, not high school.
I thought it was. Yeah.
Be a fourth down.
All right. Fourth down and goal from the 3.
And I apologize. I was under the impression of pass interference reset the chains.
Let's go defense.
But it, in fact, does not. 4th and 3 here. 9.6 seconds left. We have one more opportunity at the end zone, and flags are out again. This one's going to be against the Cardinals. And the Cardinals just cannot help but keep. Oh, it's going to be a encroachment, offsides on Diamond.
Move them another half a yard in, so 14 goal from about the 1 yard line.
Be 4th and goal from the 1. And
timeout Wildcats.
Timeout called by Diamond. They're going to talk this over. It's been a long final 30 seconds of this opening half. But Miller looking to get on the board before we go to the locker rooms for a halftime. If you're Miller right here, you have done a really good job of getting the push up front. I think you're going to have to set up in a, I would go with a 2-back look here and go right up the middle. See if you can, have your challenge your offensive line. We need 1 yard. If you feel like your best chances with Calvin going up the middle or Owen Dempster running somebody over, you got to go with what you want. But it looks like you can go with a quarterback sneak here with Nate Hill. And it looks like they're going to get in. The quarterback sneak is going to work. And Nate Hill is going to get the Cardinals on the board before no flags on the field, I don't think. But with the way this first half has gone, never safe to assume that. 8-6 is your score after the sneak. And the Cardinals are going to go for 2 here. Look to tie it up. Nate Hill is going to the end zone. Overthrown again. And that is just a tough day for Nate Hill. Gets worse.
Another Cardinal 6.
And unable to convert the 2-point conversion. 8-6 is your score. 3 seconds remaining. And, that was a big possession, allowing, Miller to get into the end zone before, just before the half expired. However, you definitely had an opportunity to add 2 points to that, but unable to make the play.
Dooley's Automotive and Racing, Danner Paint and Rock Body, Animal Clinic of Diamond, Homer's Wrecker Service.
I want to say thank you to our generous sponsors, Clever Barn and Burger Shack. Burger Shack is the proud sponsor of Miller Cardinal football and is a taste of game day. Tyler Snyder and his crew is guaranteed to bring you the best burgers in Miller. They are located right beside the high school in the shade of the football stands. Be sure to stop by for your pregame treat next week as they they host Ash Grove, and the onside kick is going to be down at the 49-yard line with 1.8 seconds left. And I don't know. I think I would have made, squibbed it or a little pooch kick. Probably a pooch kick is what I would have went with there.
The 1.8 seconds to go from Wildcat 49-yard line.
Because this way, Diamond's going to have an opportunity if they want to go crazy, throw to the end zone. They've already hit for one long play. Actually, they've struck for two long plays. One of them got called back. But it looks like Miller going to be playing prevent, and it's just going to be a kneel down. And we are going to the break. 8-6 is your score, as the Cardinals able to capitalize on a touchdown there late, thanks to a Nate Hill rushing touchdown. We'll recap this real quick.
At this time,
We had nothing after the first quarter, as it was 0-0, and then in the second quarter we got some action. 49-yard touchdown pass from Rangel to Zach Roughton with 6 minutes and 17 seconds left. They would go 8-0 at that point, before they forced Miller to turn the ball over on downs, a punt by Diamond, and then a quarterback sneak by Nate Hill with 3 seconds remaining in the opening half. 8-6 is your score, as the halftime festivities is getting going here in Diamond. Nate Hill 2 for 6, throwing the ball for 20 yards. Caden Calvin having a tremendous day. 11 carries for 62 yards. Nate Hill 27 yards on 10 carries. Or on 9 carries. Owen Dempster 10 yards on 2 carries. Jared Long 4 receiving yards on 1 reception. Owen Wee 16 yards. For Diamond, Rafael Rangel 3 for 6 for 96 yards, including a 49-yard touchdown bomb to Zach Roughton. The other one a 40-yard touchdown to Bentley. Running the ball has not been very successful for the Wildcats, as they have totaled just 14 total yards between Maddox Young and Rafael Rangel. But they will definitely look to continue to pound the rock here in the second half. We're going to step aside here for just a few. 8-6 is your score. But I want to say thank you to our sponsors once again, starting with the Burger Shack. Burger Shack is a proud sponsor of Miller Cardinals athletics and is a taste of game day. Tyler Snyder and his crew is guaranteed to bring you the best burgers in Miller. They are located right by the high school and in the shade of the football stands. Be sure to stop by for your pregame treat next week as the Cardinals host the Ash Grove Pirates. Also, I want to say thank you to the Clever Barn. Be sure to check out the Clever Barn for your upcoming events of any kind if you like old barns and rustic themes. The Clever Barn was built in the 1880s, and just wait till you see what Randy and Laura Walden have done out there. Located just a few miles south of Clever on Jasmine Road, they were recently voted the number 3 wedding venue in Southwest Missouri, and they cannot wait to host your event. Give them a call at 417-350-2343. I'm telling you, we went out there for a interview with Laura Walden, which you're going to see in here in just a second, and they got something for all ages out there, whether a putting green for dad, or you got playgrounds for the kids. You got everything from you got your indoor, outdoor bar, food truck, anything you want, they got it. But let's go down to Laura Walden. Don't just take my word for it. Let's hear from Laura Walden.
Hello, everybody. Skyline Akins with Southwest Missouri Sports here. Joined with me is Laura Walden of the Clever Barn.
first off, just thank you for taking a little bit of time and talking with us.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
So, Clever Barn here in Clever, Missouri, kind of event venue. Just kind of tell me a little bit more about the about your venue.
Yeah, it was built in the 1880s, and my husband and I have done all the work on it to create a very relaxing, laid-back feel as soon as you get here. And we have every kind of event you can think of out here. We have weddings, birthday parties, anniversaries, karaoke nights. We have ladies' nights, guys' nights, movie parties, a little bit of everything really out here.
Yeah, it really was a there's something for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You were taking me around here and showing me there was everything from a putting green to tiki bars. And,
Yeah.
It really is there is something for everybody.
Oh, well, thank you.
So when did you guys open?
We opened up May 17th, 2014. So we just now celebrated our 10th year anniversary.
10 years.
This summer, yeah, we went just like that. And we've just been having a blast, and we're always working on it. And it's just the two of us, and a lot of work, but we love what we're doing, have huge passion for it, and you just never know what you're going to see every time you come out. So we get a kick out of that.
What was your inspiration kind of behind wanting to open something like this up?
Well, you're probably going to laugh at this. Actually, we used to have parties here back when it was just a nasty old barn, and we're having a party upstairs, our Waldo Ween, which is our Halloween party we have every year, with our last name being Walden.
Yeah.
Started with Waldo. So we're having our Waldo Ween back in 2013, and we had like 50 plus, people. And just having a blast, and at that time it was just nasty,
Yeah.
And as they were leaving, we were out there by the bonfire, and I said, "What do you think about turning this whole thing into a venue, kind of thing?" And he looked at me and said, "I think you're nuts." And I said, "Well, I think so too, but you don't know till you try." So we started that very next morning, and we opened up 6 months later, and ever since then, we just get busier and busier and more known, We're really, really excited with where it's gone.
Yeah, so you kind of talked about you host all kinds of events,
Mm-hmm.
parties, guys' nights, girls' nights, weddings. I think I've seen pictures on Facebook of I don't know if there was like the Clever prom or not prom, but like there was like some event out here. I think a couple of years ago or something like that. But just kind of talk about what are some of your favorite events to put on.
My favorite events, I would say. The most events we have out here are my Sweet 16 birthday parties.
Huh.
They have an absolute blast. Usually the moms are down here playing board games or shooting pool or whatever, and the girls are all upstairs and they're singing karaoke and they're dancing and having a little party, and they get the whole barn to themselves. And that's something else too. They can either bring in everything, or I can take care of everything and have it all ready for them, when they arrive. So I try to be really accommodating, for, whatever they have in mind,
Yeah, you've been telling me, there's always something going on down here. Roughly, how many events do you guys host, every year?
Oh, Lord. I would have to say at least 100, probably.
Wow.
Yeah, with everything, because some weekends are double booked, sometimes I'm booked from Thursday through Sunday. It varies, and we're open all year round. So
Obviously, Clever Barn. Not all your business comes from Clever,
Mm-hmm.
but just kind of talk about the relationship that you kind of have with the community out here.
Oh yeah, my gosh, I love having my open hangout nights, and like you say, we've got the putting green, the bowling, the kids zone, the karaoke dance floor, big bonfire pit, out the back. It's just we wanted it to be a laid back spot where people could come out and have a good time. And then now we got our food truck, so now we're doing that as well. And we don't charge anything, for individual things that they're going to do,
Yeah.
And people appreciate that because, the economy, So I still want them to have the place to come out and have a good time, but not, break the bank,
Right.
So.
Yeah, so if someone wants to, schedule an event, whether it's a, if it's just like a group hangout or,
Mm-hmm.
a Sweet 16 birthday party, what's the process look like?
schedule an event like that?
Yeah. My number is 417-350-2343. They can call me, text me, whatever they're comfortable with. You can find me on Facebook, The Clever Barn, and I'm on Instagram, Google, all those social medias. And yeah, I would love to talk to you. I'd love to have your events out here. The coolest thing about having a venue is that we've made so many friends out here, and it's amazing. They're not customers; they are actual. They're our friends, and we love that. We just really get a kick out of that,
So someone just gives you a call and then kind of says what they're wanting to do, what kind of event they're wanting to do, and is there like different package plans that they can choose from? Or?
Yeah. For my weddings, I can do the all-inclusive, or I can do all you. So the all-inclusive, I take care of everything for up to 50 people. That's their catering. That is, all of their paper products. That would be their officiant. That would be their fireworks send-off. What else? Everything we have, they would have access to it. I know I'm forgetting some things. I do apologize about that. But in essence, if they have something in mind, I'll make it happen for them. And if they have everything already, down what they want to do, they just bring everything in and I'll help them. I can run the bar for them, or I can take care of their food, or I can just be off to the side and be there when they need me, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so having an event venue like this, I mean, I'm sure you've kind of seen a little bit of everything. I mean, just what's been a few of your favorite stories or memories that you've had hosting events?
Memories out here. I'll tell you one. This is really, really cool. Talking about having relationships. You know. Okay, so I'm having my ladies' nights here one night, and I have like 5 or 6 ladies, over there at the bar with me, just chatting a little bit. And in walks a lady that I didn't know, so I walked over, shook her hand, thanked her for coming out, introduced myself. And she said, well, my name is Amber. I got married here about 2 years ago. And I'm like, oh, good Lord, I'm sorry. She goes, no, you meet a lot of people. I get it, And she goes, plus I looked a lot different then, and everything. She's now one of my absolute best friends. I mean, I kid you not.
Cool.
I love things like that, repeat business, but it's not just repeat business. It's I'm actually a part of their life. You know what I mean? I'm part of their memories that they're making out here in this really, really cool old barn that we breathed life back into.
Yeah.
It was ready to come down, and like I said, my husband said I was nuts. But I said, well, you don't know, till you try. So.
Hello, everybody. Skyline Akins with Southwest Missouri Sports here.
like you to know that we are
Hello and welcome back to Diamond, Missouri, where we are. It says 3 minutes away from getting started getting the third quarter started. However, there has been some weather that moved into the area during halftime, so we are officially under a rain delay. So I'm going to break to a few different videos. You may have to bear with me for just a second while I get it uploaded in. But I'm going to go ahead and send you or shoot you the highlight video from last week's 33-20 Burlington victory over the Miller Cardinals. So show you it'll recap last week's game and an exotic fan that we ran into on the sideline. So just bear with me for just a minute. We are under a weather delay, but we'll be back here in just a little bit, and I will keep you updated as updates come in. Brody Anderson in motion to the backfield. He's going to run a little swing pass, and he's going to make the first guy miss. And you see that electric speed already, and he is going to house his first touch from 51 yards out. A touch image. Walters can go in motion again. Nate Hill is going to look for somebody. Can't find anybody. And then he's got Jared Long, and he just overthrew him. He had Jared Long. Hags looking deep. And he's got Anderson, no one in front of him, and it's another completion, 70 yards to the house. What a start. We had talked a lot about Anderson leading into this one and how the Cardinals were going to have to, yeah, I got a nice little kangaroo, and it really threw me through a loop right there. Sorry about that. That's just something you don't see in Miller, Missouri every day. And another strong run by Nate Hill. Nate Hill is going to roll to the far side. He's going to go back up the middle. He's got a hole, and he's going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Miller. 31 yards out. Nate Hill looked like he was dead to rights in the backfield, but he was able to just wiggle and finesse. Looked like it was in, and here comes a QB sneak again. And first attempt was stopped short, but the second one is going to be enough for a touchdown. Touchdown, Wildcats. Kickoff's going to find Walters. Walters looks to make a guy miss. He makes the first one miss, makes the second one miss. He's going down the sideline. He's cutting back upfield, and he has his lane, and he's going to be brought down at the 27-yard line. Great return there. Backfield. This one's going to go to Calvin. Calvin's got a hole up the middle, and he's got no one in front of him. 28 yards for Caden Calvin. It's a one-score ball game. Back out, and he's going to look for Anderson. Anderson is covered up, and Haig is going to be brought down in the backfield. That is and he's going to be brought down from behind again. Owen Dempster. A little preview of that one here in the second half. Owen Dempster, ball comes out and recovered by Burt. And Haig is going to the other side. This one's Irvin, and a tremendous pass breakup there by 32 Trenton. And they're going to run that little speed option again. And Haig's going to try to get to the outside, and he's going to get there. And he dives. He's going to get there enough for the first down for the Cardinals. Nate Hill's going to look deep. He's still searching. He's going to throw it and intercepted. With the ball, 3rd and 1, going to hand it off to Dempster. And Dempster's going to make a guy miss up the middle, and he's going to go down for enough for a first down. That's going to be just over 2 minutes remaining in this Thursday night football game. Hill's going to throw on the run again. This one to Weiss, and Weiss is going to make a tremendous catch. What a catch from Owen Weiss, catching the ball, and he has been a weapon. And a touchdown, Cardinals. Nate Hill finds his longtime receiver, Jared. So we're going to have Burlington head coach Cody Carlson up for a interview after, here in just a few. We are joined now by the quarterback of the Burlington Wildcats, Chance Haig. First off, congratulations on a big win.
Thank you for having me here.
So, well, I talked with Coach Carlson yesterday, and, there's just a lot about this game that was just kind of weird, especially for you guys, traveling 3.5 hours, come play on a Thursday night. But, you guys were able to respond and, really take over there in the second half, just kind of talk about, kind of your experience here.
Well, my experiences, it was wonderful. I'm glad they decided to let us have a second week game because Osawatomie, or who we're going to play, didn't have enough players. And this is a hard, tough team. We're expecting a battle, which we did have a battle the whole way through.
Yeah, you kind of took over there, offensively. Was able to find Brody there early on with 2 big bombs, and then was able to get over 100 yards on the ground. Just kind of talk about the the game plan coming in and how you were able to execute it.
The game plan was just to get it to our best players, like 5, then throw in 4 sometimes and throw it to him because they started double teaming number 5 a little bit, and then once they started spreading out a little bit, we run it up the middle, so it changes a little bit,
Yeah, I was Billy can attest here. I was very complimentary about how you were using Brody. Obviously you hit those 2 long ones, and then was almost using them as a decoy there whenever started doubling down and crashing hard. It's how much more easy is it make playing quarterback whenever you have a weapon like that requires so much attention.
Oh, it makes it a lot better because I usually know if I throw up to him like a pretty good pass, I know he's usually gonna get it, and just an athlete. I'm glad to have him.
All right, so I got to ask you about this. So there, towards the middle to the end of the second quarter, there was got hit, was brought down, and then one of the linebackers snagged something from you.
Oh yeah, stole my play card. So I was like, I'm gonna find it. So coach just gave me cards, and I just stuffed it in the back of my pants and just called it from there.
Yeah, we were over here laughing about it. It's like, I don't know if Caden Calvin had knew that was yours or what it is, or we had a Connor Stallion situation going on from Michigan.
Yeah, I'm glad it kind of broke a little bit right here. So.
But Chance, thank you for joining us here for just a minute. Congratulations on the big win, and go continue to dominate back in Kansas.
All right, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Brody Anderson in motion to the backfield is going to run a little swing pass, and he's going to make the first guy miss, and you see that electric speed already, and he is going to house his first touch from 51 yards out, a image. Walters can go in motion again. Nate Hill is going to look for somebody, can't find anybody, and then he's got Jared Long, and he just overthrew him. He had Jared Long. Haig's looking deep, and he's got Anderson, no one in front of him, and it's another completion, 70 yards to the house. What a start. We had talked a lot about Anderson leading into this one and how the Cardinals were going to have to, I got a nice little kangaroo, and it really threw me through a loop right there. Sorry about that. That's just something you don't see in Miller, Missouri every day. And another strong run by by Nate Hill. Nate Hill is going to roll to the far side. He's going to go back up the middle. He's got a hole, and he's going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Miller. 31 yards out. Nate Hill looked like he was dead to rights in the backfield, but he was able to just wiggle and finesse. Looked like it was in, and here comes a QB sneak again. And first attempt was stopped short, but the second one is going to be enough for a touchdown. Touchdown, Wildcats. Kickoff's going to find Walters. Walters looks to make a guy miss. He makes the first one miss, makes the second one miss. He's going down the sideline. He's cutting back upfield, and he has his lane, and he's going to be brought down at the 27-yard line. Great return there. Field. This one's going to go to Calvin. Calvin's got a hole up the middle, and he's got no one in front of him. 28 yards for Caden Calvin. It's a one-score ball game. Back out, and he's going to look for Anderson. Anderson is covered up, and Haig is going to be brought down in the backfield. That is and he's going to be brought down from behind again. Owen Dempster. A little preview of that one here in the second half. Owen Dempster, ball comes out and recovered by Bird. And Haig is going to the other side. This one's Irvin, and a tremendous pass breakup there by 32 Trenton. And they're going to run that little speed option again. And Haig's going to try to get to the outside, and he's going to get there. And he dives. He's going to get there enough for the first down for the Cardinals. Nate Hill's going to look deep. He's still searching. He's going to throw it, and intercepted. Right. With the ball, 3rd and 1, going to hand it off to Dempster. And Dempster's going to make a guy miss up the middle, and he's going to go down for enough for a first down. That's going to be just over 2 minutes remaining in this Thursday night football game. Hill's going to throw on the run again. This one to Weiss, and Weiss is going to make a tremendous catch. What a catch from Owen Weiss. Catching the ball, and he has been a weapon. And a touchdown, Cardinals. Nate Hill finds his longtime receiver, Jared. So we're going to have Burlington head coach Cody Carlson up for a interview after, here in just a few. We are joined now by the quarterback of the Burlington Wildcats, Chance Haig. First off, congratulations on a big win.
Thank you for having me here.
So, well, I talked with Coach Carlson yesterday, and, there's just a lot about this game that was just kind of weird, especially for you guys, traveling 3.5 hours, come play on a Thursday night. But, you guys were able to respond and, really take over there in the second half. Just kind of talk about, kind of your experience here.
Well, my experiences, it was wonderful. I'm glad they decided to let us have a second week game because Osawatomie, or who we're going to play, didn't have enough players. And this is a hard, tough team. We were expecting a battle, which we did have a battle the whole way through.
Yeah, you kind of took over there, offensively. Was able to find Brody there early on with 2 big bombs, and then was able to get over 100 yards on the ground. Just kind of talk about the the game plan coming in and how you were able to execute it.
The game plan was just to get it to our best players, like 5, then throw in 4 sometimes and throw it to him because they started double teaming number 5 a little bit, and then once they started spreading out a little bit, we run it up the middle, so it changes a little bit,
Yeah, I was Billy can attest here. I was very complimentary about how you were using Brody. Obviously you hit those 2 long ones, and then was almost using them as a decoy there whenever started doubling down and crashing hard. It's how much more easy is to make playing quarterback whenever you have a weapon like that requires so much attention.
Oh, it makes it a lot better because I usually know if I throw up to him like a pretty good pass, I know he's usually gonna get it, and just an athlete. I'm glad to have him.
All right, so I got to ask you about this. So there, towards the middle to the end of the second quarter, there was got hit
was brought down, and then one of the linebackers snagged something from you.
Oh yeah, stole my play card. So I was like, I'm gonna find it. So coach just gave me cards, and I just stuffed it in the back of my pants and just called it from there.
Yeah, we were over here laughing about it. It's like, I don't know if Caden Calvin had knew that was yours or what it is, or if we had this Connor Stallion situation going on from Michigan.
Yeah, I'm glad it kind of broke a little bit right here. So.
But Chance, thank you for joining us here for just a minute. Congratulations on the big win, and go continue to dominate back in Kansas.
All right, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Brody Anderson in motion to the backfield. He's going to run a little swing pass, and he's going to make the first guy miss. And you see that electric speed already, and he is going to house his first touch from 51 yards out. A touch image. Walters can go in motion again. Nate Hill is going to look for somebody. Can't find anybody. And then he's got Jared Long, and he just overthrew him. He had Jared Long. Hags looking deep, and he's got Anderson, no one in front of him, and it's another completion, 70 yards to the house. What a start. We had talked a lot about Anderson leading into this one and how the Cardinals were going to have to, I got a nice little kangaroo, and it really threw me through a loop right there. Sorry about that. That's just something you don't see in Miller, Missouri every day. And another strong run by Nate Hill. Nate Hill is going to roll to the far side. He's going to go back up the middle. He's got a hole, and he's going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Miller. 31 yards out. Nate Hill looked like he was dead to rights in the backfield, but he was able to just wiggle and finesse. Looked like it was in, and here comes a QB sneak again. And first attempt was stopped short, but the second one is going to be enough for a touchdown. Touchdown, Wildcats. Kickoff's going to find Walters. Walters looks to make a guy miss. He makes the first one miss, makes the second one miss. He's going down the sideline. He's cutting back upfield, and he has his lane, and he's going to be brought down at the 27-yard line. Great return there. Field. This one's going to go to Calvin. Calvin's got a hole up the middle, and he's got no one in front of him. 28 yards for Caden Calvin. It's a one-score ball game. Back out, and he's going to look for Anderson. Anderson is covered up, and Haig is going to be brought down in the backfield. That is and he's going to be brought down from behind again. Owen Dempster. A little preview of that one here in the second half. Owen Dempster, ball comes out and recovered by Bird. And Haig is going to the other side. This one's Irvin, and a tremendous pass breakup there by 32 Trenton. And they're going to run that little speed option again. And Haig's going to try to get to the outside, and he's going to get there. And he dives. He's going to get there enough for the first down for the Cardinals. Nate Hill's going to look deep. He's still searching. He's going to throw it, and intercepted. Right. With the ball, 3rd and 1, going to hand it off to Dempster. And Dempster's going to make a guy miss up the middle, and he's going to go down for enough for a first down. That's going to be just over 2 minutes remaining in this Thursday night football game. Hill's going to throw on the run again. This one to Weiss, and Weiss is going to make a tremendous catch. What a catch from Owen Weiss. Catching the ball, and he has been a weapon. And a touchdown, Cardinals. Nate Hill finds his longtime receiver, Jared. So we're going to have Burlington head coach Cody Carlson up for a interview after, here in just a few.
We are joined now by the quarterback of the Burlington Wildcats, Chance Haig. First off, congratulations on a big win.
Thank you for having me here.
So, Well, I talked with Coach Carlson yesterday, and there's just a lot about this game that was just kind of weird, especially for you guys. Traveling 3.5 hours. Come play on a Thursday night, but you guys were able to respond and really take over there in the second half. Just kind of talk about kind of your experience here.
Well, my experiences, it was wonderful. I'm glad they decided to let us have a second week game because Osawatomie, or who we're gonna play, didn't have enough players. And this is a hard, tough team. We were expecting a battle, which we did have a battle the whole way through.
Yeah, you kind of took over there, offensively. Was able to find Brody there early on with two big bombs, and then was able to get over 100 yards on the ground. Just kind of talk about the game plan coming in and how you were able to execute it.
The game plan was just to get it to our best players, like 5, then throw in 4 sometimes and throw it to him. Because they started double teaming number 5 a little bit, and then once they started spreading out a little bit, we run up the middle, so it changes a little bit,
Yeah, I was Billy can attest here. I was very complimentary about how you were using Brody. Obviously you hit those 2 long ones, and then was almost using them as a decoy there whenever started doubling down and crashing hard. It's how much more easy is to make playing quarterback whenever you have a weapon like that requires so much attention.
Oh, it makes it a lot better because I usually know if I throw up to him like a pretty good pass, I know he's usually gonna get it, and just an athlete. I'm glad to have him.
All right, so I got to ask you about this. So there, towards the middle to the end of the second quarter, there was got hit, was brought down, and then one of the linebackers snagged something from you.
Oh yeah, stole my play card, so I was like, I couldn't find it, so coach just gave me cards, and I just stuffed it in the back of my pants and just called it from there.
Yeah, we were over here laughing about it. It's like, I don't know if Caden Calvin had knew that was yours or what it is, or we had this Connor Stallion situation going on from Michigan.
Yeah, I'm glad it kind of broke a little bit right here. So.
But Chance, thank you for joining us here for just a minute. Congratulations on the big win, and go continue to dominate back in Kansas.
All right, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Brody Anderson in motion to the backfield. He's going to run a little swing pass, and he's going to make the first guy miss. And you see that electric speed already, and he is going to house his first touch from 51 yards out. A touch image. Walters can go in motion again. Nate Hill is going to look for somebody. Can't find anybody. And then he's got Jared Long, and he just overthrew him. He had Jared Long. Hags looking deep, and he's got Anderson, no one in front of him, and it's another completion, 70 yards to the house. What a start. We had talked a lot about Anderson leading into this one and how the Cardinals were going to have to, yeah, I got a nice little kangaroo, and it really threw me through a loop right there. Sorry about that. That's just something you don't see in Miller, Missouri every day. And another strong run by Nate Hill. Nate Hill is going to roll to the far side. He's going to go back up the middle. He's got a hole, and he's going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Miller. 31 yards out. Nate Hill looked like he was dead to rights in the backfield, but he was able to just wiggle and finesse. Looked like it was in, and here comes a QB sneak again. And first attempt was stopped short, but the second one is going to be enough for a touchdown. Touchdown, Wildcats. Kickoff's going to find Walters. Walters looks to make a guy miss. He makes the first one miss, makes the second one miss. He's going down the sideline. He's cutting back upfield, and he has his lane, and he's going to be brought down at the 27-yard line. Great return there. Field. This one's going to go to Calvin. Calvin's got a hole up the middle, and he's got no one in front of him. 28 yards for Caden Calvin. It's a one-score ball game. Back out, and he's going to look for Anderson. Anderson is covered up, and Haig is going to be brought down in the backfield. That is and He's going to be struck down from behind again. Owen Dempster. A little preview of that one here in the second half. Owen Dempster, ball comes out and recovered by Burt. And Haig is going to the other side. This one's Irvin, and a tremendous pass breakup there by 32 Trenton. And they're going to run that little speed option again. And Haig's going to try to get to the outside, and he's going to get there. And he dives. He's going to get there enough for the first down for the Cardinals. Nate Hill's going to look deep. He's still searching. He's going to throw it, and intercepted.
Right.
With the ball, 3rd and 1, going to hand it off to Dempster. And Dempster's going to make a guy miss up the middle, and he's going to go down for enough for a first down. That's going to be just over 2 minutes remaining in this Thursday night football game. Hill's going to throw on the run again. This one to Weiss, and Weiss is going to make a tremendous catch. What a catch from Owen Weiss, catching the ball, and he has been a weapon. And a touchdown, Cardinals. Nate Hill finds his longtime receiver, Jared. So we're going to have Burlington head coach Cody Carlson up for a interview after, here in just a few. We are joined now by the quarterback of the Burlington Wildcats, Chance Haig. First off, congratulations on a big win.
Thank you for having me here.
So, well, I talked with Coach Carlson yesterday, and, there's just a lot about this game that was just kind of weird, especially for you guys, traveling 3.5 hours, come play on a Thursday night. But, you guys were able to respond and, really take over there in the second half. Just kind of talk about, kind of your experience here.
Well, my experiences, it was wonderful. I'm glad they decided to let us have a second week game because Osawa and me, or who we're going to play, didn't have enough players. And this is a hard, tough team. We're expecting a battle, which we did have a battle the whole way through.
Yeah, you kind of took over there, offensively. Was able to find Brody there early on with 2 big bombs, and then was able to get over 100 yards on the ground. Just kind of talk about the game plan coming in and how you were able to execute it.
The game plan was just to get it to our best players, like 5, then throw in 4 sometimes and throw it to him because they started double teaming number 5 a little bit, and then once they started spreading out a little bit, we run it up the middle, so it changes a little bit,
Yeah, I was, Billy can attest here. I was very complimentary about, how you were using, Brody. Obviously you hit those 2 long ones, and then was almost using them as a decoy there whenever, started doubling down and crashing hard. It's how much more easy is it to make, playing quarterback whenever, you have a weapon like that requires so much attention.
Oh, it makes it a lot better because I usually know if I throw up to him like a pretty good pass, I know he's usually going to get it. And just an athlete. I'm glad to have him.
All right, so I got to ask you about this. So there, towards the middle to the end of the second quarter, there was got hit, was brought down, and then one of the linebackers snagged something from you.
Oh yeah, stole my play card. So I was like, I'm gonna find it. So coach just gave me cards, and I just stuffed it in the back of my pants and just called it from there.
Yeah, we were over here laughing about it. It's like, I don't know if Kate and Calvin had knew that was yours or what it is, or we had this Connor Stallion situation going on from Michigan.
Yeah, I'm glad it kind of broke a little bit right here. So.
But Chance, thank you for joining us here for just a minute. Congratulations on the big win, and go continue to dominate back in Kansas.
All right, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Brody Anderson in motion to the backfield. He's going to run a little swing pass, and he's going to make the first guy miss. And you see that electric speed already, and he is going to house his first touch from 51 yards out. A image. Walters can go in motion again. Nate Hill is going to look for somebody. Can't find anybody. And then he's got Jared Long, and he just overthrew him. He had Jared Long. Hags looking deep, and he's got Anderson, no one in front of him, and it's another completion, 70 yards to the house. What a start. We had talked a lot about Anderson leading into this one and how the Cardinals were going to have to, yeah, I got a nice little kangaroo, and it really threw me through a loop right there. Sorry about that. That's just something you don't see in Miller, Missouri every day. And another strong run by Nate Hill. Nate Hill is going to roll to the far side. He's going to go back up the middle. He's got a hole, and he's going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Miller. 31 yards out. Nate Hill looked like he was dead to rights in the backfield, but he was able to just wiggle and finesse. Looked like it was in, and here comes a QB sneak again. And first attempt was stopped short, but the second one is going to be enough for a touchdown. Touchdown, Wildcats. Kickoff's going to find Walters. Walters looks to make a guy miss. He makes the first one miss, makes the second one miss. He's going down the sideline. He's cutting back upfield, and he has his lane, and he's going to be brought down at the 27-yard line. Great return there. Backfield. This one's going to go to Calvin. Calvin's got a hole up the middle, and he's got no one in front of him. 28 yards for Caden Calvin. It's a one-score ball game. Back out, and he's going to look for Anderson. Anderson is covered up, and Haig is going to be brought down in the backfield. That is and he's going to be brought down from behind again. Owen Dempster. A little preview of that one here in the second half. Owen Dempster, ball comes out and recovered by Bird. And Haig is going to the other side. This one's Irvin, and a tremendous pass breakup there by 32 Trenton. And they're going to run that little speed option again. And Haig's going to try to get to the outside, and he's going to get there. And he dives. He's going to get there enough for the first down for the Cardinals. Nate Hill's going to look deep. He's still searching. He's going to throw it, and intercepted. Right. With the ball, 3rd and 1, going to hand it off to Dempster. And Dempster's going to make a guy miss up the middle, and he's going to go down for enough for a first down. That's going to be just over 2 minutes remaining in this Thursday night football game. Hill's going to throw on the run again. This one to Weiss, and Weiss is going to make a tremendous catch. What a catch from Owen Weiss. Catching the ball, and he has been a weapon. And a touchdown, Cardinals. Nate Hill finds his longtime receiver, Jared. So we're going to have Burlington head coach Cody Carlson up for a interview after, here in just a few. We are joined now by the quarterback of the Burlington Wildcats, Chance Haig. First off, congratulations on a big win.
Thank you for having me here.
So, well, I talked with Coach Carlson yesterday, and, there's just a lot about this game that was just kind of weird, especially for you guys, traveling 3.5 hours, come play on a Thursday night. But, you guys were able to respond and, really take over there in the second half, just kind of talk about, kind of your experience here.
Well, my experiences, it was wonderful. I'm glad they decided to let us have a second week game because Osawatomie, or who we're going to play, didn't have enough players. And this is a hard, tough team. We were expecting a battle, which we did have a battle the whole way through.
Yeah, you kind of took over there, offensively. Was able to find Brody there early on with 2 big bombs, and then was able to get over 100 yards on the ground. Just kind of talk about the the game plan coming in and how you were able to execute it.
The game plan was just to get it to our best players, like 5, then throw in 4 sometimes and throw it to him because they started double teaming number 5 a little bit, and then once they started spreading out a little bit, we run it up the middle, so it changes a little bit,
Yeah, I was Billy can attest here. I was very complimentary about how you were using Brody. Obviously you hit those 2 long ones, and then was almost using them as a decoy there whenever started doubling down and crashing hard. It's how much more easy is it to make playing quarterback whenever you have
a weapon like that that requires so much attention?
Oh, it makes it a lot better because I usually know if I throw up to him like a pretty good pass, I know he's usually gonna get it, and just an athlete. I'm glad to have him.
All right, so I got to ask you about this. So there, towards the middle to the end of the second quarter, there was got hit, was brought down, and then one of the linebackers snagged something from you.
Oh yeah, stole my play card. So I was like, I'm gonna find it. So coach just gave me cards, and I just stuffed it in the back of my pants and just called it from there.
Yeah, we were over here laughing about it. It's like, I don't know if Caden Calvin had knew that was yours or what it is, or if we had a Connor Stallion situation going on from Michigan.
Yeah, I'm glad it kind of broke a little bit right here. So.
But Chance, thank you for joining us here for just a minute. Congratulations on the big win, and go continue to dominate back in Kansas.
All right, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Brody Anderson in motion to the backfield. He's going to run a little swing pass, and he's going to make the first guy miss. And you see that electric speed already, and he is going to house his first touch from 51 yards out. A touch image. Walters can go in motion again. Nate Hill is going to look for somebody. Can't find anybody. And then he's got Jared Long, and he just overthrew him. He had Jared Long. Hags looking deep, and he's got Anderson, no one in front of him, and it's another completion, 70 yards to the house. What a start. We had talked a lot about Anderson leading into this one and how the Cardinals were going to have to, I got a nice little kangaroo, and it really threw me through a loop right there. Sorry about that. That's just something you don't see in Miller, Missouri every day. And another strong run by Nate Hill. Nate Hill is going to roll to the far side. He's going to go back up the middle. He's got a hole, and he's going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Miller. 31. Hello, welcome back to Diamond. And no, we have not forgotten about you. We have been in a lightning delay during the halftime period here. So teams are getting ready to come back out onto the field here in about 3 minutes. 5-minute warm up, and then we'll be getting ready to get started again here in Diamond. 8-6 is your score. Diamond leads, but we'll go back to those highlights of last week's game, and we'll let you know whenever we come back. Brody Anderson in motion to the backfield. He's going to run a little swing pass, and he's going to make the first guy miss. And you see that electric speed already, and he is going to house his first touch from 51 yards out. A touch image. Walters can go in motion again. Nate Hill is going to look for somebody. Can't find anybody. And then he's got Jared Long, and he just overthrew him. He had Jared Long. Hags looking deep, and he's got Anderson, no one in front of him, and it's another completion, 70 yards to the house. What a start. We had talked a lot about Anderson leading into this one and how the Cardinals were going to have to, I got a nice little kangaroo, and it really threw me through a loop right there. Sorry about that. That's just something you don't see in Miller, Missouri every day. And another strong run by Nate Hill. Nate Hill is going to roll to the far side. He's going to go back up the middle. He's got a hole, and he's going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Miller. 31 yards out. Nate Hill looked like he was dead to rights in the backfield, but he was able to just wiggle and finesse. Looked like it was in, and here comes a QB sneak again. And first attempt was stopped short, but the second one is going to be enough for a touchdown. Touchdown, Wildcats. Kickoff's going to find Walters. Walters looks to make a guy miss. He makes the first one miss, makes the second one miss. He's going down the sideline. He's cutting back upfield, and he has his lane, and he's going to be brought down at the 27-yard line. Great return there. Field. This one's going to go to Calvin. Calvin's got a hole up the middle, and he's got no one in front of him. 28 yards for Caden Calvin. It's a one-score ball game. Back out, and he's going to look for Anderson. Anderson is covered up, and Haig is going to be brought down in the backfield. That is and he's going to be brought down from behind again. Owen Dempster. A little preview of that one here in the second half. Owen Dempster, ball comes out and recovered by Bird. And Haig is going to the other side. This one's Irvin, and a tremendous pass breakup there by 32 Trenton. And they're going to run that little speed option again. And Haig's going to try to get to the outside, and he's going to get there. And he dives. He's going to get there enough for the first down. For the Cardinals, Nate Hill's going to look deep. He's still searching. He's going to throw it, and intercepted. With the ball, 3rd and 1, going to hand it off to Dempster. And Dempster's going to make a guy miss up the middle, and he's going to go down for enough for a first down. That's going to be just over 2 minutes remaining in this Thursday night football game. Hill's going to throw on the run again. This one to Weiss, and Weiss is going to make a tremendous catch. What a catch from Owen Weiss. Catching the ball, and he has been a weapon. And a touchdown, Cardinals. Nate Hill finds his longtime receiver, Jared. So we're going to have Burlington head coach Cody Carlson up for a interview after, here in just a few.
We are joined now by the quarterback of the Burlington Wildcats, Chance Haig. First off, congratulations on a big win.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
So, well, I talked with Coach Carlson yesterday, and, there's just a lot about this game that was just kind of weird, especially for you guys, traveling 3.5 hours, come play on a Thursday night. But, you guys were able to respond and, really take over there in the second half. Just kind of talk about, kind of your experience here.
Well, my experiences, it was wonderful. I'm glad they decided to let us have a second week game because Osawa and me, or who we're going to play, didn't have enough players. And this is a hard, tough team. We're expecting a battle, which we did have a battle the whole way through.
Yeah, you kind of took over there, offensively. Was able to find Brody there early on with 2 big bombs, and then was able to get over 100 yards on the ground. Just kind of talk about the game plan coming in and how you were able to execute it.
The game plan was just to get it to our best players, like 5, then throw in 4 sometimes and throw it to him because they started double teaming number 5 a little bit, and then once they started spreading out a little bit, we run up the middle, so it changes a little bit,
Yeah, I was, Billy can attest here. I was very complimentary about, how you were using, Brody. Obviously you hit those 2 long ones, and then was almost using them as a decoy there whenever, it started doubling down and crashing hard. It's how much more easy is to make, playing quarterback whenever, you have a weapon like that requires so much attention.
Oh, it makes it a lot better because I usually know if I throw up to him like a pretty good pass, I know he's usually going to get it. And just an athlete. I'm glad to have him.
All right, so I got to ask you about this. So there, towards the middle to the end of the second quarter, there was got hit, was brought down, and then one of the linebackers snagged something from you.
Oh yeah, stole my play card. So I was like, I'm gonna find it. So coach just gave me cards, and I just stuffed it in the back of my pants and just called it from there.
Yeah, we were over here laughing about it. It's like, I don't know if Caden Calvin had knew that was yours or one of his, or we had this Connor Stallion situation going on from Michigan.
Yeah, I'm glad it kind of broke a little bit right here. So.
But Chance, thank you for joining us here for just a minute. Congratulations on the big win, and go continue to dominate back in Kansas.
All right, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Brody Anderson in motion to the backfield. He's going to run a little swing pass, and he's going to make the first guy miss. And you see that electric speed already, and he is going to house his first touch from 51 yards out. A touch image. Walters can go in motion again. Nate Hill is going to look for somebody. Can't find anybody. And then he's got Jared Long, and he just overthrew him. He had Jared Long. Hags looking deep. And he's got Anderson. No one in front of him. And it's another completion. 70 yards to the house. What a start. We had talked a lot about Anderson leading into this one and how the Cardinals were going to have to, yeah, I got a nice little kangaroo, and it really threw me through a loop right there. Sorry about that. That's just something you don't see in Miller, Missouri every day. And another strong run by Nate Hill. Nate Hill is going to roll to the far side. He's going to go back up the middle. He's got a hole, and he's going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Miller. 31 yards out. Nate Hill looked like he was dead to rights in the backfield, but he was able to just wiggle and finesse. Looked like it was in, and here comes a QB sneak again. And first attempt was stopped short, but the second one is going to be enough for a touchdown. Touchdown, Wildcats. Kickoff's going to find Walters. Walters looks to make a guy miss. He makes the first one miss, makes the second one miss. He's going down the sideline. He's cutting back upfield, and he has his lane, and he's going to be brought down at the 27-yard line. Great return there. Field. This one's going to go to Calvin. Calvin's got a hole up the middle, and he's got no one in front of him. 28 yards for Caden Calvin. It's a one-score ball game. Back out, and he's going to look for Anderson. Anderson is covered up, and Haig is going to be brought down in the backfield. That is and he's going to be brought down from behind again. Owen Dempster. A little preview of that one here in the second half. Owen Dempster, ball comes out. Hello, and welcome back to Gym City of the Ozarks Diamond as the Wildcats hold a 2-point lead over the Miller Cardinals, and we are getting ready to go. We got a minute and a half remaining until the third quarter is going to be started. We had a lightning delay here during the halftime period, but we are about to get ready to get started once again here. Like I said, a minute and 20 seconds remaining. But let's see how we got here. The first quarter was scoreless. Only 2 full possessions. Diamond opened it up the game with a punt. They went 3 and out. However, a penalty on the punt gave them an extra set of downs. As you see, my partner here, Mr. Billy Bieber, sneaking his way into the shot. Miller took over the ball and drove, but they were forced to punt as well. And then Diamond ended the quarter with the ball. That drive ended in a punt. And then Miller's drive ended in a punt. So 4 punts to start the game. Diamond got into the end zone first with a 49-yard touchdown pass from Rafael Rangel to Rotten. Zach Roten. And with 6 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in that second quarter, that gave the Wildcats an 8-0 lead. And this was Roten's first game back after a fractured hip kept him out for the first couple games. And then after an appendicitis, as we were getting ready to get started, Miller responded with 3 seconds left in the game, or in the opening half, with a cute quarterback sneak by Nate Hill. And we are lined up for kickoff, and after quite a lengthy halftime period, we are back. And the punt is up and down, and it's going to be Blake Walters on the return, looking for something on the outside. We brought down about the 29-yard line.
Makes the open field tackle on number 6, Blake Walters.
And we are off with this second half.
First and 10.
Take me out there real quick. Bring up 1st and 10, Cardinals ball. The Cardinals looking to take the lead for the first time, not just this game, but for the first time since Stockton, week 2. And a big run here, a big strong run. I believe that was Owen Dempster, or Caden Calvin with the carry.
Number 24, Caden Calvin with the carry.
But number 62 was Levi Guthrie was hyped up after that. Be a gain of 12. Calvin up to 74 yards rushing. He's been a bright spot for the Cardinals offense that's kind of sputtered at times here tonight. And a pitch to the outside back to Calvin. Calvin's going to try to make a man miss and not going to be able to, as going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage.
Calvin takes it around the left side.
It looks like they're going to mark him for a loss of 1.
Nice job.
Calvin building off of a fantastic, and he has an opportunity to be probably over 100 yards for the game if a couple of penalties hadn't wiped off several lengthy runs that he's had. Hill's going to keep it on the carry and be good strong run, and flag comes up.
We do have a flag on the play after it was over.
It looks like it's me a personal foul on. I'd assume, Miller. I saw Diamond Wildcat clapping afterwards.
Yeah, personal foul on the offense.
And once again, the Miller Cardinals shoot themselves in the foot after the play. That's their third personal foul of the game.
31-yard line.
They just keep putting themselves in bad positions.
Yeah, 3rd down and 23, I believe, to go.
Can bring up a 3rd and half a country mile. Ball on the 31-yard line. Split backfield look. Hill's looking deep, and he's going to launch it, and it looks like he's got a man behind the defense and hits Owen Weiss in the hands, but he drops it. We've seen Nate Hill wind up and take a couple deep shots already in this game, but none of them have connected. That one was by far the best opportunity for a big play there, but right through the hands of Owen Weiss.
Just enough interference that he drops the pass, brings up 4th down.
And a tough drop there for the Miller Cardinals. And now Weiss is going to have to be a goldfish here and forget about it because he is on the punt, and an end-over-end kick takes a good bounce. It's going to be returned, though, and return man's going to make the first guy miss. And filthy stiff arm on Owen Dempster. Dempster, a bit of a firecracker, kind of got put down on his butt there.
6-yard line.
Good return there by Giancarlo Martinez, one of the sophomores. We talked about the youth of this Diamond Wildcats team, with 16 of their 22 starters being sophomores or juniors. They have they've looked the part up front. They are big up front. And quarterback Rafael Rangel has been smart with the ball. Hasn't made any maybe one bad read, but hasn't made any mistakes. And Youngblood is going to open off the possession with a short gain, maybe a gain of 1. They're going to call him back at the line of scrimmage.
2nd down and 10.
Second and 10 here in this third quarter. Rangel scrambles out to the left or to the right, and you're going to be brought down for a short gain. It's going to be a gain of
Tackled out there
about
by number
3.
27, Charlie Langston, I believe number 15.
Charlie Langston with another tackle. The freshman he's been playing linebacker. He has been a fantastic addition to this. Been a bright spot for this Miller defense. Finished with, I believe, 14 tackles, a team high 14 tackles last week against Burlington, and he is just really. He's just been very aggressive, been in the right spot at the right time, and Rangel with a good move there.
Excuse me, Bucknell Rangel makes a nice cut to get to the open spot.
And some extracurriculars. With that time, it was 54 of Miller, Connor Neely. But he stopped just short. Gain of 5 there by Rangel. Rangel escaped Jared Lung in the backfield. Lung read the run almost perfectly. But it's going to be 4th and 1 from the 45-yard line. Rangel and Youngblood. Youngblood's going to get the pitch outside. And I don't know if he got there. Miller doesn't think so. Diamond does. But it's going to be a 4th down stop for the Miller defense. A big 4th and 1 stop. Big tackle there by Owen Dempster. And Dempster letting him hear about it. And the referee is letting him hear about it. But nevertheless, a big time 4th down stop there. And Dempster's just got to be smart about that. Yes, you made a tremendous play there, but do not hurt your team with another personal foul. You've already done it twice, or at least once this game. Do not put your team in a bad position again. Hill hit hard as he throws, but a short gain of maybe 1 to Jared Lung.
Tackle made by number 15, Giancarlo Martinez. Gain of 1 on the play. Nice rush put on out there by number 19, Grady Bentley.
Bentley with the big hit on Hill. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 9.
Second down,
From the 46-yard line. Hill going to hand it off to Calvin. Calvin going to be hit in the backfield. Going to make the first guy miss, but a host of Wildcats come up and hit him hard.
Down the backfield, number 14, Nick Meza says no.
Nick Meza steps up, has a big hit on Calvin.
No gain.
And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 9. And that's one of the very few times that Calvin's been stopped here in this game. Only the third rushing attempt that went for less than 1 yard.
Tackle there by Meza. Let's go defense.
And actually, the 4th one that's been stopped for less than 4 yards. It's a better way of putting that. Hill drops back. He's going to look to go. He's going to lose the football. And a turnover. Ball recovered. Just a thank you. I will take that by Nick Meza.
The Wildcats will take over 1st and 10 from the Cardinal 41.
Nate Hill had some pressure there and just ended up just dropping the ball in the backfield. $7:29 remaining here in this 3rd quarter, and the Diamond Wildcats with a good run there by Rangel. Rangel be tackled there about the gain of 6.
Middle right. Nice long gain of almost 7 yards on the play. Brings up 2nd.
I've been impressed with Rangel. He's definitely been very tough back under center there. Had some very strong runs. Made some really good decisions. 2nd and 4 And it looks like a timeout's going to be called by Diamond to avoid the delay of game penalty. It's going to be a 2nd and 4 when we come back. It's still 8-6. This is still your score. Diamond Wildcats holds the lead. We'll step aside. You're watching Thursday Night Football here on Southwest Missouri Sports. We're back here in Diamond. We want to just thank you guys all for tuning in for Thursday Night Football. As Rangel is going to hit a little screen pass here short and make a few guys miss. That was 15, Giancarlo Martinez. And Martinez is quietly having a pretty solid day as well. It's be a gain of...
That gain is good for another Diamond.
About gain of 6.
1st and 10 Wildcats.
Say thank you for tuning in to the Fergusons.
From the 28-yard line of the Cardinals.
Miss Carey has been a loyal listener through the first 4 weeks. Tell me how bad I've been. And Rangel is going to take off here, and he's going to be have a big hit out of bounds by Jared Long, but that's going to be a big gain. A gain of about 21 yards.
Takes off for a nice run.
And that's going to be the longest run from either team so far in this game. But we got another flag. That's been a theme of the day. Unsportsmanlike called. It looks like this run is coming back. So 7 yards is still the, or 12 yards. King Calvin's got a couple of 12-yard runs.
For some reason, they reset chains. Be 1st and 10 either way.
It's going to be a unsportsmanlike from Diamond. You're going to push them back here to the 15-yard line, but the first down is going to stand. 1st and 10 from the 25. Rangel's going to pitch it out to Youngblood. Youngblood and make the first guy miss. The ball comes out. And there's a rugby scrum. Miller says they have it. And they do.
Cardinals have recovered.
I didn't see. I think 32 was in on the hit. Trenton Pierce. I didn't see who recovered it. I didn't see who was at the bottom of the scrum.
1st and 10 from their 24-yard line.
But we're going to have our 6-minute timeout. And it's been this will be the second to last 6-minute timeout we'll have all season long. But after a big or strong run there, Miller's forces a turnover, and the Miller offense is back in session. We'll step aside. You're watching Thursday Night Football here on Southwest Missouri Sports. We are back here in Diamond, and
Handoff goes to number 20.
a handoff to Owen Dempster to start the possession.
Wrapped up by several Wildcats. Gain of about 4 yards.
Gain of 4 yards there by Owen Dempster.
Maybe 5 yards.
A 115 yards on the ground as a team for Miller. As Hill's going to pitch it out to Calvin, I believe.
This goes to number 24, Hayden Calvin.
Good strong run. There brings it up to about a gain of 4.
There's a 3rd down and 2 go.
Be 3rd and 2 from the 33-yard line. Miller's still looking for a lead here, down just 2 points here with less than 5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. And you can go back to Calvin, and Calvin, good strong run. Gonna get the first down and a little bit more, gain of 4.
61, Logan Rogers with the tackle. Number 24, Caden Calvin with the carry once again. The run is good for the first down, so there'll be 1st and 10 for the Cardinals.
So we have enough for a first down for Miller. And Miller just continues to gash the Wildcats on the ground. That's where they've had the most success, running it up the middle, going right at this big defensive line of the Wildcats. Split set for the Wildcats, and another run to Calvin. He's going to get brought down for a minimal gain, a gain of 1 or 2.
That's number 14, Nick Mason.
Nick Meza on the tackle once again. He's had a fantastic day on the defensive end.
About 2 yards on the play, brings up 2nd down and 8 from just inside the 40-yard line.
2nd and 8 from the 40. Split backfield. And this time it's going to be a triple option and a pitch out to Calvin. And that one was going nowhere in a hurry. That's a new look that we haven't seen from this Miller offense so far. A triple option, and got 1 yard out of it. However, I do like the idea to try to get back to the outside.
3rd down and 7.
Bring up a 3rd and 7.
Nice job by defense once again on that play. Let's keep them going.
I'd like to see Miller take a shot at some point. They had a man beat, but an incomplete pass ended it, and a run up the middle by Nate Hill. I'm going to assume that was going to be a 3rd down play to set up a 4th and medium.
4th down and 4 yards to go.
Get a 3-yard gain by Hill. It'd be 4th and 3.
44-yard line.
No, it looks like they're going to punt. And with that, I'm not quite sure what kind of play call that was. A design quarterback run up the middle on 4th and 9. And a punt, another good punt there by Weiss, and you're going to take a friendly hop for Diamond, and they're going to make a return.
Giancarlo Martinez.
Martinez is going to be brought down right just shy of the 30-yard line.
Thank you.
Nice return on the play, bringing it back out to the 30-yard line. So that's where Diamond will take over 1st and 10.
And Miller was just like Diamond, was unable to capitalize on a big turnover over there. And the defensive game here has continues. Diamond gonna look to throw it, and did he get that? No, incomplete. Pass nearly picked off by 32 Trenton Pierce. made a good run or made a good read on that ball that was thrown short by Rangel. However, it's gonna hit the ground just shy of Pierce, and it's gonna be an incomplete pass.
A little behind the receiver and low.
Good reading, almost a tremendous play there by Trenton Pierce. 1:55 remaining here in this third quarter. Rangel's gonna hand it, or he's gonna keep it himself. Gonna go to the outside, and he steps up, makes one cut, and solid run there. Keep gain of about 8.
Tackled out there by number 11, Kendall McWhorter. The gain is about 7 yards, so 3rd down and 3.
We can call it a gain of 7. And Rangel, another strong run. He leads the Wildcats with 32 yards on the ground. And Youngblood gonna be stopped right at the line. That's gonna bring up the 4th down. That's gonna be a loss of about 2.
It is forward progress. The ball is still on the.
And gonna bring up a 4th down. We'll have to see. Looks like it's gonna be a punt.
4th down and a long 3.
Walter's back deep for the Cardinals. And Rangel punting, and a good punt. Good hang time, and Walter's this is gonna be Jalen Madsen rather. Gonna make the first guy miss. He's gonna be brought down at about the 41-yard line, and a flag comes flying in the back by the back judge, and it drills Mace Connor Neely. That might have been the best throw we've seen all night. The umpire hit I believe it was Connor Neely in the back with the flag from about 15 yards back. And with all that commotion, I didn't even see what the call was. Probably a block in the back, I'm being told, by the old partner in crime, Billy Bieber.
So after the block in the back, we'll move that back a little bit further.
I just want to tell you, anybody who's looking to getting into broadcasting, be sure you find a great partner in crime, because Billy has been a huge help for me so far this season. And we'll be back at it tomorrow as we see some mid-lakes action as we go back to Clever as they take on the Forsyth Panthers in as one of the top stories in all of the Ozarks, the Clever Blue Jays, as a broken play, a snap bobble, high throw, and incomplete. That play just looked off from the start.
Pass is incomplete. Sales over his head. Nice.
But yeah, we'll be calling one of the best stories early on in this season, the Clever Blue Jays on the tail end of a 21-game losing streak that dated back 3 years. They sit at 2-1, and their one loss was a 6-point loss to one of the powers in Southwest Missouri, Reed Springs. So we'll see what they got for the Panthers coming up. 2nd and 10 here for the Miller Cardinals. And this one is going to be handed off and dropped for no gain.
Handoff goes to number 24, Caden Calvin. He's tackled by number 19, Grady Bentley.
And Calvin's slow to get off the field.
A little bit of a loss on the play.
And Calvin's had a rough go at it this year. He's taken several big hits early on.
The 3rd down and 11.
It looks like this one's just a bit of a stinger. But that should take us to the 4th quarter of action. 8-6 is your score here in Diamond. It's been a defensive masterpiece. And so far, the Diamond Wildcats have come out on top of it. 8-6 up to this point. Both touchdowns scored in the 2nd quarter. The Miller offense has gained 171 yards, while the Diamond Wildcats only 90 yards, but it's been enough for to get the job done up to this point. We're going to step aside here for just a moment as we get ready for this fourth and final quarter of action. Here we are back for the fourth quarter, 3rd and 11 for the Miller Cardinals. Nate looking over to the sideline. And Hill's going to look deep. He's going to look for Madsen, and almost a filthy interception there by Martinez. But
number 15, John Carlo.
That's going to be a fourth down, bring up fourth down here for the Cardinals.
Nice pass defense on that one.
Pass well defended there by Giancarlo Martinez. That's going to bring back up Owen Weiss for the punt. Weiss has been busy back there, but he's been solid. He kicks it low, but he typically gets pretty good bounces. Now the Miller defense needing another big time stand here.
Nice job by the Wildcat defense. They played an awesome game tonight. We got to keep them going. Now let's get this offense pepped up.
9:37 is the time now. It's been a long game up to this point between the delay and probably more penalties than we've seen in all 5 of our broadcasts so far this year combined. Rangel's going to hand the ball off to Youngblood. Youngblood's going to hop outside but be brought down. Good run there by Max Youngblood. Gain of 5.
Number 32, Trenton Pierce.
And
that gain is for
Youngblood has been a really good looking running back. He's if he has a little bit of time, he is able to be explosive. But he has not had a ton of time to make something happen with his legs. And go back to Youngblood here. Youngblood is going to try to get to the outside. He's going to get there, and the big run there going to be tackled out of bounds by 62 Mason Neely. But that's going to be a good run there for gain of 12.
10 Wildcats from there.
More importantly, enough to gain a first down for the Wildcats. Been a fantastic game up to this point. This one's going to be pulled by Rangel, and Rangel's going to be thrown backwards there by Connor Neely.
Keeps it on the read.
34 came in there late. That was Colton Brown. But Neely has been all over the place. Both of them, I feel like, has been all over the place. And that's going to be a loss of 5 for Rangel.
6 yards. I'll bring up 2nd down and 16 for the Wildcats.
I'm going to call it loss of 6. 2nd and 16 from the 41-yard line.
Three guys are on you.
Rangel has been pretty spot on with his reads up to this point. He's had missed on a couple, You expect that out of a young quarterback, and a quick screen pass can be incomplete.
Number 4, Cale Adams.
Cale Adams was the intended receiver.
Long.
Gonna bring up a 3rd and 16. And if you're Miller, you gotta be ready for the Wildcats to attack up the middle. They've had a lot of their success passing the ball. You know, just short little routes, about 5-6 yards in the middle of the field, and then been able to make a guy miss and take it up. And they're gonna go for a screen pass, and the ball is bounces off a lineman's head.
Just a little high, intended for number 4, Cale Adams.
And one of the officials,
number 70, Hayden Gunderson, bounces right into the defensive hands.
it was Colton Brown that came down with the ball. And it is going to be an interception there for Colton Brown. There was a little confusion there. About a potential illegal touching. And the Cardinals forced another turnover. And this is a big drive for the Cardinals. If they're going to want to walk out of here with a victory here tonight, this is the best. And snap goes off of Nate Hill's fingers. And thankfully, Jalen Matson was coming around in motion. But that's going to be a loss of 5.
Number 14, Nick Mays, that tackles him for about a 6-yard loss. So it'll be 2nd down and long 15, short 16 for the Cardinals.
2nd and 15 for Miller. Just like that, they are back on the wrong side of the 50-yard line. Diamond comes out in 2 high safeties. A quick little screen pass to Jared Long, trying to get the senior playmaker the ball, and he's going to make a few guys miss with a juke, but he's going to get back up. Gain of about 5, gets close to the original line of scrimmage.
Several Wildcats.
Jared was able to make a few guys miss there. However, there are strength in numbers, and the Wildcat defense swarmed to the ball.
Still 3rd down and 11 yards to go.
And just like that, it's back to Miller having a 3rd and long, 3rd and 11.
All right, defense, let's do it again.
About an inch away from the 50-yard line. Calvin in the backfield. Hill's going to look to throw it. He's going to go long. And that's going to be a pass interference. And that's one, as a defensive guy, I hate to see him being thrown, because the only reason why the receivers interfered with is because the throw was thrown well behind the receiver. But nevertheless, that's going to be enough for a 1st down for Miller. That's just a tough luck play for Diamond there. Playing decent defense on the deep ball, and the ball's just underthrown.
Pass it first.
15. Whatever it was.
And that's going to put the ball at the 34-yard line.
1st down at the 34-yard line.
Hill's going to hand the ball back off to Calvin. No, this is Jared Long running the ball, and he's going to be brought down.
Right there by several Wildcats.
No gain on the play.
Lead number 4, Cale Adams.
We're about getting 1. We'll give him a gain of 1.
Second down and long, 8 yards.
2nd and 9 from the 33-yard line. It looks like Calvin not back in the game yet after taking a stinger, and a design quarterback keeper. The Hill goes to the outside. We brought down their gain of about 4. Sorry.
Third down and 4 yards to go.
Bring up 3rd and about 4.
Third down 4. Let's make some noise for this.
Split backfield with Lung and Dempster in the back. The listeners can go to Lung. Lung's going to go up the middle. He's going to get a good push there on the line. And that's going to be close. It looks like it's going to be enough for a first down. Gain of 5 there by Jared Long.
Enough to fall forward for the first down, believe.
A good, strong run there by Jared Long, the wide receiver that's been coming in and playing a little running back here in the absence of Calvin. Calvin looks like he took a stinger on the leg, but still has not come back out yet. First and 10 from the 24. Just over 6 minutes. And whistles blows. Looks like timeout is going to be called by Miller. We're going to step aside for just a second. 6:16 remaining. You're watching Thursday Night Football here on Southwest Missouri Sports. Welcome back to Diamond as we are 6 minutes and 16 remaining here in the fourth quarter. We probably got time for one more play before the final water break of the season. And a rollout to the right side. Nate is going to just take it himself and get around the corner, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds.
Quarterback keeper rolling out around the right side. He's pushed out of bounds by number 18, Brian Young.
Brian Young pushed him out of bounds. That's a lot of running for a gain of nothing.
That was a run of about 25 yards sideways. Gain of 0. Otherwise, second 10. Nice job.
PA announcer calling it a run up for 25 yards for a gain of 0. Love that. Split backfield. Hill's going to look again. He's going to cut it back up. And it looks like, yep, we're going to have a blindside block here on 23 or 22, Owen Dempster.
Quarterback keeps it.
And looks like that's going to be Brian Jean.
15, Giancarlo Martinez. There's a blindside block.
And that's a tough situation. And unsportsmanlike, is going to be called on Nate Hill. So just another bonehead penalty.
Probably out. It's probably out of the game.
Brian Zhang is down on the field, so we're going to step aside while they tend to the injured Wildcat. We'll be right back here on Southwest Missouri Sports. We are back here in Diamond as we are trying to figure out the penalties. So it's going to be a double whammy of penalties for. It's going to be a long way back. It looks like it's going to be close to a 2nd and 40 for the Cardinals. When we come back, we're going to take our final water break of the season as it's going to be discontinued for week 5. But we're going to step aside, and you're watching Thursday Night Football here on Southwest Missouri Sports. We are back here in Miller. We got a 2nd and about 3 country miles. 2nd and 35. Nate Hill is going to look to pass, and he's got Jalen Madsen deep, and Madsen comes down with it. Brought it down between 2 defenders, and the sophomore with a big-time play.
Number 15, Jalen Madsen.
Still not enough for a first down.
The ball is number 15, Giancarlo Martinez.
But going from so a 34-yard gain there.
Third down.
The 33-yard gain.
2 to go.
Fantastic play there by Madsen. Now 3rd and 2. Handoff to Jared Lung. Lung's got a hole. He's going to get the first down.
3 Lung.
Get down to about the, looks like about the 9-yard line.
I think it was 58, Charles Jackson.
Gain of 5. Probably about 7.
The 1st and goal from the.
All of my stats are very unofficial. 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Nevertheless, the Cardinals making something out of nothing here. And another flag thrown.
57 flags.
And I think it's going to be offsides on the Wildcats.
By the defense. To the,
I mean, still, it didn't.
just past the 5-yard line. So once again, first and goal.
We are approaching 10 o'clock
Just
here in
inside the
Diamond.
Thanks for the update.
All right, let's go Wildcats.
A 3-hour high school football game. It's been a night. First and goal from the 5. And Hill is going to hand it off to Dempster. Dempster's going to be stopped short. I think he made a gain of 2. He stopped by a whole pack of Wildcats.
Owen Dempster on the carry. He's tackled by number 61, Logan Rogers. And
Logan Rogers is going to get the
bunch of the rest of the defense.
Going to get the credit for it.
Second goal from the 2.
Second goal from the 2. It's going to be a quarterback sneak. And Hill looking for his second rushing touchdown of the game. And can be stopped short.
Job defensive line, stopping him just short. All right, third down.
Third down for the Cardinals.
Let's go.
And the Cardinals going to try to score another sneak here. And it looked like he got underneath the pile there. And touchdown, Cardinals.
Number 9, Nate Hill. Just enough to get across the line.
Hill, with his second rushing touchdown of the game, gives the Cardinals a 4-point lead as of right now. And the Cardinals on the 2-point conversion is going to have a high snap, and the ball's still out. And the 2-point conversion is going to be no good.
No good. So with 4 minutes,
But
3 seconds,
the damage has been done. The Cardinals have a lead, 12-8. So the Cardinals in their best position of the season to get their first win. Defense is going to have to step up for 4 minutes here. But we're going to step aside while the team switch sides. You're watching Thursday Night Football here on Southwest Missouri Sports. We are back here in Diamond. 3 hours and 30 minutes ago, we went on the air. We still have 4 minutes left here in the Diamond.
Kicking off, number 3, Jared Lung.
Lung going to do a little pooch kick, and the ball's going to go out of bounds.
It goes out of bounds.
And another mistake there by the Cardinals. Ball goes into the hands of the sophomore quarterback, Rafael Rangel, who's had a solid day for the Diamond Wildcats. I've seen a lot of really good things out of him. He's a bit unorthodox throwing the ball, but it's been effective.
Let's go Wildcats.
Rangel's going to go deep, and he's got a man. 15, Giancarlo Martinez with a big reception there, gain of 20.
That catch is good for another double-minded Wildcat. First and 10.
First and 10 from the 42-yard line. We are under 4 minutes. Three minutes and 30 seconds remaining here. Rangel can be stopped short.
Gets to the 40-yard line.
Gain of 2, get to the 40.
Brings up second down and 8 yards to go.
Stick with us after the game. We're going to have an interview with the winning coach and our player of the game. However, that's still up in the air. Who probably that's going to be? And a interception. And break the tackle, 52 there.
62.
That's going to be 62. Mason Neely with a big-time interception. And he has been all over the place here tonight on the defensive side.
So Martin will have the ball first and 10 from the 50-yard line.
Two minutes and 49 seconds left for the Cardinals, looking to run the clock out here. Looks they'd be able to do it. Believe they'll need a couple first downs.
All right, let's go defense.
Need at least one. Ball goes to Jared Lung. Lung's gonna make first few guys miss and gain a 12.
Tackle made by number 7, Rafael Rangel.
And
Back down from behind.
Lung is limping off, and coming back in is Caden Calvin.
Good for a first down, so it'll be first and 10 from the Wildcat.
It looks like a timeout's going to be called. We're going to step aside for here for just a second. 2 minutes, 42 seconds left. Miller has a 12-8 lead here.
Wildcat.
Sorry, muted myself and didn't realize it. Minute 20 remaining here. Calvin had the previous couple runs.
Goes to
This one to Jared Long. You gain a 3 there.
About a 2-yard gain. Timeout Wildcats.
And the Wildcats are going to take their final timeout of the game. 1:11 remaining here. And barring a catastrophic disaster, we plan on talking with Coach Derek Hill and Caden Calvin following this one.
Got this?
Yep.
So I can go with 20.
Twelve to 8 your score here late on a Thursday night. We have passed the 10 o'clock hour.
All right, Wildcats, let's finish strong.
And thank you, Carrie. Yes, I realized my mic was off. Split backfield for the Cardinals. Nate is going to take it himself around the edge, and he's going to slide. And
Right side.
Going to be a short gain.
Slides down to keep the clock running.
But most importantly, he stays in bounds. And we get a 3rd and 9. Cardinals probably won't snap the ball until about 25 seconds left in the game. And
What is he doing?
Nate's going to run around for a minute. Not sure why he's running around, but he's going to fall over. And that's going to be a final. 12 to 8 is the final score here in Diamond, as Miller's going to get that elusive first win of the season over the Diamond Wildcats. The final score 12 to 8. And we're going to talk with Caden Calvin, our player of the game, who was on the precipice of a 100-yard game. He finishing with 96 yards. Nate Hill finishes with 59 yards through the air, 37 yards on the ground with the 2 touchdowns for the Miller Cardinals. 96 yards for Caden Calvin. Owen Dempster added in 16. Lung had several good runs there in the absence of Calvin after after he got hurt briefly for 28 yards. Jared Lung had 10 yards receiving Jalen Matson. 33-yard bomb that was probably the play of the game on a 2nd and 35. And then Owen Weiss with 1 16-yard catch. That gives the Cardinals 208 total yards of offense for the day. On the other side, Diamond passing was led by Rafael Rangel, who had a tremendous game. I really liked what I saw out of the young sophomore. It definitely has a bright future. 122 yards, throwing 28 yards on the ground, 22 yards rushing for Max Youngblood. Giancarlo Martinez with 33 yards. Appreciate it. You guys have a good night. And Bentley with 40. Zach Rout with a 49-yard touchdown. We're going to step aside here for just a moment while we wait on Caden Calvin and Coach Derek Hill, our player of the game. Welcome back to Diamond as we have just wrapped up Miller's 12-8 victory, hard-fought victory here. And with me was kind of the catalyst of the Miller offense, Caden Calvin. First off, congratulations.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
So after first 3 weeks, obviously, played well in the games at times, was not able to get it done. Just how good does it feel to finally get that monkey off your back?
It's great. I mean, it just makes me feel like we can just keep rolling on, get some more wins.
These last couple weeks, you've really gotten going after a slow start, those first couple of games. But 86 yards and a touchdown last night, 96 yards here tonight, and in all reality, you had an opportunity to go over over a hundo. What have you been seeing here these last couple of days?
Oh, my linemen have been stepping it up. I've been ripping them, honestly, and they've been stepping up. They've impressed me so far.
So you go into halftime. You're down 8-6. You score with 3 seconds remaining in the game, and then you have lightning delay. It's a long break. I mean, what was being said in the locker room? During what seemed like forever during halftime.
Oh, we were pumped up. We were calling them sissies. They didn't think they wanted to play us after that.
Well, there's no rest for the weary. You got another good team coming up next week. Your return to home, against Ash Grove on a night where you guys are going to honor the '94 state championship team. Just how special is that going to be, especially Coach Hill being on that '94 team and seeing those guys come back.
It's going to be great. I mean, my Uncle Bo, he's state champion, and I love him to death. So it's going to be fun.
Well, thank you very much, Caden. Caden Calvin, 96 yards. Didn't find the end zone, but was close several times. But another fantastic day. He's your Southwest Missouri Sports Player of the Game. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So we're going to be taking another quick break right here. Coach Hill is coming up here in just a minute. Until then, you're watching Southwest Missouri or Thursday Night Football on Southwest Missouri Sports.
slide over. Welcome back into Diamond as we are wrapping up our coverage here of the Week 4 Thursday night game between the Miller Cardinals and the Diamond Wildcats. Joining me now is the head coach of the Cardinals, Coach Derek Hill. First off, we talked about going 1-0 this week. You got it done. I'm just kind of talking about that feeling.
No, it's good, man. It's we've been trying to fight to get that first win. And through the first 3 weeks against some tough teams, we would shoot ourselves in the foot multiple times to alleviate that. But we stressed to no matter what, stay fighting, stay focused, and try to get the W. And hats off to Diamond. I mean, they played their tails off. It was a battle back and forth, and nobody wanted to give it up. But I'm just proud of our kids to keep fighting when things were not offensively things weren't clicking, and they just gutted something out, and it feels good to be on top.
Yeah, well, the last couple of weeks, it's been definitely an offensive shootouts back and forth. This week, no one scored except for in the second and the fourth quarter, and what was it, really a defensive battle. Just kind of talk about the resiliency, especially you had that had to go on that final long drive to get it done.
It's our defense gave up a play against Tim's a really great athlete, and the quarterback made a good throw, and we had a breakdown in that coverage, but they exploited that, but then our defense kind of came together and kept us in the football game, one way or the other, and created a few turnovers here or there, but they were able to get some stops in the key time and gave ourselves a chance to catch our breath or maybe catch some type of momentum on the offensive side to be able to get a drive. And the kids were gassed both sides, and the line that were gassed, but it was one of them deals to where who was going to gut it out and want it the most. And I was very, very proud of our kids for we're just getting in a heavy set and just pounding it, and they did a really, really good job of getting us the yard when we needed the yard. And the previous nights, we weren't getting those yards when we needed it. And I was really, really proud of them.
We talked yesterday, just about the weirdness that the early part of the season has been, and it continued here. Obviously starting playing on Thursday, but then having a halftime that seemed to never end. There was the lightning delay. But you guys go down, score. 3 seconds left, cut it to 2-point deficit. What was being said in the locker room there during that halftime?
That's the one thing is correct what we were our mistakes that we were doing, and grind something out. And if we can correct it, we can put ourselves in a chance to win it. And especially when you get the football back, we were like, this is prime time. We've been in these situations before, where we got the football back. We had a little momentum against, I think it was last week. And, you get that drive, and then you have to capitalize on it. Well, here we started moving the ball a little bit, and we had to punt. Well, then it turned back, back and forth. But, we told them in the huddle, or in the halftime, is no matter what, stay focused with the goal of what we're trying to achieve. We want to get to 2 and 3, but to get to 2 and 3, you have to get the first one. And it's something that we just haven't been able to grasp, and we just told them to stay focused and put ourselves in a situation to win it.
Yeah, so probably the play of the game came after probably one of the worst plays of the game for you guys there on that final drive. After going from a short loss to a second and 35, second and 38, something like that. Then you had the big play to Jalen Madsen, the big reception. Just what went into that play call, and just how big of a snag was that by Jalen?
I mean, it's we're trying to stress is show our athleticism and see if we can get something deep. And film don't do kids justice, because their corners they covered very, very well, and we weren't able to do that. We still thought maybe we could get, because we hadn't tried to get Jalen the football, and we thought at halftime, okay, hey, it's his turn to try to see if he can get something deep. Nate, probably held on the ball a little too long. My liking, I like to catch and release, but he threw it up, and just like a type of deal or a pass interference, you throw it up and let your athletes go make a play, one way or the other, go make a play. And Jalen, We needed a play, and Jalen made a play, and real happy with that play.
Well, next week, we talked a little bit about it with our pregame. Next week, you host a really good Ash Grove team coming in on a day where you guys are honoring that '94 team. A lot of relatives of these guys played on that team. I know you played on that team, so it's gonna be extremely special night. Just how much better is it gonna make that night knowing we're coming off of a win?
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be a lot because I think we'll have some extra motivation, some momentum, just because that group's coming back and it's a special group in Miller history. But when you can have a win, whatever how fashion it was tonight, a win's a win, and to get that momentum is going to be huge going in on top of the festivities that we got going on, and we're looking forward to showcasing some of these kids as the team, the 24 team, and these kids' talent to those 94 guys, because they were a toughness that not many had. They might have been the most talented, or we, all of us, but there was a lot of toughness there, and I think these guys showed some toughness to pound something out when things weren't working, and it's going to be a real exciting night.
Well, Coach, thank you very much for your time. Go celebrate with the guys here. We're going to go ahead and get signed off here as it is already getting close to 10:30 at night. It's way past bedtime. My phone's been telling me it's bedtime for about an hour now. So we're going to go ahead and sign off. Miller gets the victory 12-8. We'll be back with you tomorrow night. We're going to be in Clever as we broadcast the Blue Jays taking on the Forsyth Panthers. But until then, thank you for tuning in. Thank you to our sponsors, the Clever Barn and the Burger Shack. We will be back with you tomorrow, and then we'll be back in Miller next Friday night.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Coach.
Appreciate
and
it.